My God.
That's not a great way to start the DLC. Sterling endorsement. There's more game of this is like, oh my God!
Oh my God!
Just go full JoJo with it. I do love that as a running joke.
Yeah, Ulysses. So you're like decently far into Stardust
Yes,
Crusaders.
Old Man JoJo is my favorite. Of
He's pretty great.
He's the best.
I think the best like main character in the whole show is between him and then the chick that's like the main character in the last season.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it.
But goddamn, is Joseph funny?
Yeah, he's great. Old Man JoJo.
Oh my God.
Because it's like,
oh no!
You sound like Aunt Len with the clothes.
Well, he kind of does sound that way in the show.
it really does. He's got like almost like an old man Indiana Jones energy.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Except he's way better than Harrison.
Well, he is. He's way better than actual and old man
There's a thing you
Indiana
pick
Jones.
up on that tombstone. Other way behind. You're right. That.
And he's like an Indiana Jones where a lady that's almost his age hits on him. And he's like,
oh! Oh, man. So, yeah, how far into that season?
Still in season 2. I haven't had the chance to watch much more of it lately.
Oh, okay.
Because we've been doing other stuff.
That's like halfway through the season or so? Okay.
Back to Egypt.
Yeah, it's a battle for Egypt.
Are you using a cemetery right now?
Yeah, it's a cemetery. We're supposed to investigate the cemetery for some reason.
What the fuck?
Maybe for that.
No.
I forget, do we still have any ammo? We still fucked. Oh, we're still fucked.
Yeah, we're fucked as of this moment.
Like, what else is there to do?
Stealth mechanic?
Oh God, that's the best Sage's favorite part of the game.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's not Sage's favorite part of the game. Let's be honest.
Oh,
So I'm trying to get into this building here
I catch
without them noticing.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
What are you talking about? I didn't say anything.
Yeah, what do you think we're talking about, Sage?
Okay. Sure.
Is part of the game supposed to be this quiet? I can't hear.
Is yours like that? Sealed fully in?
I don't know if this part of the game is just quiet or.
I mean, it is. There's not a lot of.
Okay, I just turned the volume.
Dumb, stupid part of the cemetery.
Turn around, you goddamn son of a bitch!
They did turn around towards you.
There's not even ass to look at.
I mean, how much ass is there going to be in a situation like this, Michael?
Well, there was ass throughout this game otherwise.
I guess that's true. That's fair.
Does he think he's like watering the grass?
Yes.
Okay, we gotta have that in the comics too.
They're just doing it with a flamethrower.
Some guy who thinks he's a gardener, Chunk, or somebody. Can't always be Chunk, I guess, but.
Alright.
I like that there's so many Terminators that don't have anything better to do. They can just stand around a mausoleum.
I know, like what the
Like, damn, if Skynet was efficient, Skynet would just, like, fill this whole place in with cement and call it a day.
Right.
I don't think Skynet understands what to do with, like, a world-spanning, like, AI intelligence that has access to all the resources of planet Earth.
So Skynet is guarding something here?
Apparently.
Do you know what it is?
I have no idea.
You can take a photo of the Terminator's ass.
Terminators don't even have much.
No. It's a flat bony ass.
I don't know. Maybe the one at T3 did. I don't
You're my flat metal bony ass.
know.
Bite my bony metal ass. You gonna see me?
Fortunately, he's inspecting the wall for any dust bunnies. Oh, yeah, I saw you. Well, you're dead.
Couldn't you just use the Terminator knife on this guy?
You don't have one.
I don't think I have any. We'll crash some lockpicks. That'll sure help me.
Yeah, it's definitely what will get you out of this specific situation. You can't even kill
Weapon
it.
not effective.
Yeah, you can't even
need a
do
plasma.
that.
That's hilarious.
But we burned all our plasma ammo, so...
Yeah, we don't have any of that shit.
Bakersfield, at least we're not in Pasadena.
It's true. At least we're not in Pasadena anymore.
Thank God. Pasadena burned
Oh, for
down.
Christ's sake. Hey, what's up,
I think
afternoon
everywhere
tune?
burned down. Hey, how's it going?
How you doing, man? Yeah, first one in. First one in.
You're usually the first one here.
Yeah, that's pretty. I feel like you usually get that title. Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing? What is going on? Man, this,
You ready for more exciting Terminator gameplay?
I'm at the cemetery. The gate is breached.
Dude, you've been at the
Approach with
cemetery
caution.
for...
I died.
Oh,
we
I
had
guess
to
it's
start
still
restarted the
over.
gate. Doing anything for St. Patrick's Day?
No.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
You're wearing green.
No.
Did you wear green yesterday?
I had a Hulk shirt on, but I didn't really think about it.
I didn't even know it was St. Patrick's Day until, like, halfway into the day.
Should have had some corned beef. That would be good. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, apart from the fact that Alex was stressed about how St. Patrick's Day's gnomes are more popular than St. Patrick's Day leprechauns, that was kind of it.
So was he just out looking for gnomes all day yesterday?
Yeah, he was really mad because he picked up what he thought was a gnome, turned out to be a leprechaun. He was like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with this in my ass?"
That does sound exactly like something he'd say.
Oh, yeah, no, that's like 100%.
There's no doubt it didn't go down.
I mean, yeah, that's just fact.
Yeah.
Try hiding on this side this time.
Do you think he still tried putting it in his ass just to try it out?
Well, I
think
mean,
so.
he had to be sure.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, it just doesn't hit the same way. He's like, you're trying to hit it, right? And the leprechaun's going like, oh, Chito, yes, I am.
Yeah. Turns out Alex wasn't the pot of gold after all.
Okay, is that...
I got into that door, yeah.
It looks like there's a... God, hopefully I can open it. Do you think Irish people walked around for centuries just shoving leprechauns up their asses on...
Is that the same Patrick's tradition?
I haven't heard of that.
Almost said position. I'm like, yeah, that would
That
be
is definitely the St. Patrick's Day tradition.
Is this one? No, that's the same one.
Gone.
I can see why
Why do I have
leprechauns
two?
are in hiding.
Drop one of those fucking things.
What'd you say, Michael?
I said I can see then why leprechauns are in hiding at this point.
Yeah.
Don't want to get shoved up people's asses anymore.
Yeah. But, like, we've had enough of that.
Yeah, that's probably why the Fae are so hostile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could always just see their little legs sticking out of the asshole.
Yeah, I can't
Oh.
open this door. Don't take a picture of it.
I feel like Alex brought that custom over from the old country.
I don't think he's Irish.
No, but like, I think in Europe maybe it's just something they like putting stuff up their asses,
Well, I don't know if that's strictly a European thing.
Yeah, but I think it just applies to...
It's originally an Egyptian thing.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
Sauce invented it.
Yeah, man. He was the Prometheus of ass.
I stole this ass from the gods.
I mean, he stole the enema and brought it to humans, so
Fuck.
good job.
Well, I don't know where to go.
Were you supposed to come down here?
This seems to be the only...
You sure this wasn't just, like, a place with resources in it as opposed to, like, a place you're supposed to go?
I mean, maybe I just...
Can I get some ammo yet?
Just run. All ass. Fortunately, oh, never mind.
Yeah, just yeah. We'll just start that over.
That is a slow-acting flamethrower. You could probably just
When I'm trying to
run
die.
from this guy.
Can
Like,
you run through the... Oh,
I just figured I might as well get the refill on health and try a different building.
your health is regenerating faster than he can kill you. Wow, apparently flamethrowers suck in the future.
Yeah.
If only the Germans had known on Omaha Beach that their health would regenerate if they just stood in the flamethrower bath blast.
Yeah. They've really watered down the flames on those throwers at this point.
Yeah, it's more water than they fall.
Yeah.
Skynet's getting cheap.
They probably wonder, like, wow, after we nuked the entire planet, we just didn't think they'd be fucking around anymore.
That was Skynet's only plan.
But That's a good one. I don't know.
I mean, nuking the planet is a good strategy, just generally in life, you know.
Yeah.
But like,
The gate is breached.
I don't know. Skynet really didn't have any idea of what to do afterwards. It's like, I'm just gonna sit here with my thumbs up my ass.
Because, like, what was it? Like, in T3, whether that's canon or not, but at the end of that,
Shit, does any of it even...
Yeah, what's canon
fit?
past 2?
you'd like to think T1 and 2 are...
Yeah,
those don't contradict each other.
Those are the movies that they always go, these happened, we're going to pretend everything else did.
Right. But if T3, then at the end of it, John Connor and the chick, they go in a bunker, like some government bunker at the end of it, and that is meant to imply...
I don't know where else it could be asking me to go. It seems like it's trying to get me to go underground here.
How the rest of, the human race survived Judgment Day. But
how does the radiation not kill them after?
It's a good question.
I feel like they don't really ever talk about the radiation.
No, not really.
Because I guess that's the thing about Skynet's plan that would work, is that Skynet really could just sit around on its ass while the radiation gave everyone, like, cancer.
Yeah.
But no, that's a good point. I genuinely don't think Terminator ever addresses the radiation aspect of it.
And then,
doesn't it look like it wants me to go into this building and go underground?
Yeah, I didn't see anything in there was the thing. It's just empty.
Right.
And all the
Well, it
robots
says
are guarding.
witness on the main objective, so
But there wasn't anyone down there.
Yeah, there's just the one Terminator.
Is the Terminator the witness?
Ah, shit.
Oh, that didn't go well. Just hide in the corner still.
It's at least not coming towards me.
Nah, he's about
Like,
Oh, I saw that guy enter this building regarding. Should I do something about that? Nah. I like that even robots are apparently just, like, shirking.
it does seem like it wants me to go through that door on the other side that was, seemed to be locked.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. Do you have lockpicks at the moment?
I could make some.
He has fingerless gloves, so either he is homeless or he is fighting in an apocalypse. Yeah.
Both?
Maybe all homeless people are fighting in an apocalypse.
Well, of a kind.
Yeah,
I guess they're all kind of homeless in the future.
that's true.
Yeah.
But then, once the resistance is around and just above ground, why doesn't Skynet just nuke the rest of...
Why doesn't it just do that again?
Yeah, it couldn't be that hard to build more nukes.
Yeah.
No, if it could build all those Terminators, it could build a nuke.
Yeah.
Skynet really doesn't understand how to fight a war.
No.
Wait, what's that thing behind you? There's like a grating. See it? Oh, it's good. There we go.
Hi.
Come on. There we go. It'd be kind of funny if these Terminators all had like little trumpets. That's how they announce their presence.
I'd watch that. Terminator marching band.
Yeah.
Oh, this is no appropriate target found. I thought that said...
That's for your picture thing.
Oh. I thought that said appropriate target fund.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not like a...
I don't see any way to interact with this.
Yeah. So, but then, okay, it doesn't look like we're close to it here.
This is strange.
I genuinely am confused by the map here. At this level, I don't...
Maybe we're not supposed to be down here? I don't know. Because what's that thing?
The mark on them?
Yeah, what is that? Do we go right there?
That's what it's been every other time.
Well, could we go to the marker?
I mean, I keep moving towards it, and it just we either go in the building or out of the building.
Maybe it's like Google Maps, where it's not really giving you the correct...
I think that there's an absolute possibility of that.
God damn it. We're still using Google Maps in the future. Now that makes sense why Skynet didn't take that offline.
Yeah.
Come on, move.
Taking this time.
Serious fucking time.
Guarding this empty room really well.
I know, he's so due diligent.
Well, you got some more plasma. But you only have a little bit, so I don't know.
No, we're gonna save it. Yeah, we're not gonna... Oh, hey!
There you go! What are these dumb fucking knives?
Well, we can at least get rid of this one so we can like look around this room without having to worry about it.
That's the ultimate weapon for stealth right there.
An electric knife.
Yeah.
For Terminators.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of in Deus Ex, the original.
Oh, yeah.
There were these dudes in like these big armored power suits, right? And they were like mostly invincible.
Mhm.
But if you stuck a taser in their butt crack, that would work on them.
Cool.
That was like
Powerless without their butts.
Evans must have seen a Terminator.
All right, Rivers.
Oh,
Time
you're supposed to
pack up
kill
and
that
go.
one.
Okay.
Check if there's anything that we could use.
Wait, I hear something.
Shows the cough.
What?
Be careful.
Okay, so we
Oh,
were in the
our
right
witness is
place.
a vampire.
Oh, shit.
Cool. Just like in Cowboy Bebop.
I love that we're running with the idea that that movie's about a vampire.
Okay, so now... Okay,
Let's
put
see,
that here.
Westinghouse plasma. Right?
Yeah,
Westinghouse is still around in the future?
yeah.
Does Westinghouse even make weapons?
No.
In the future, his descendants do.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
I'm only Dracula. I think, what the fuck?
I am Dracula Westinghouse.
He looks like Nosferatu.
He does look like... I mean, he's got real hard...
I've been trying to reach you ever since I escaped from the convoy.
Rivers, we'll question
Christmas
him later.
convoy?
We need to get him out of there.
Yes, sir.
We're
Christmas
in
convoy.
All right.
See
Let's
the
move.
newborn king.
Alright, so we have to protect this old guy now.
Yeah, he doesn't
Fuck
understand what
no.
stealth is.
Dude, don't just run out there, you asshole.
I like that he understood enough to hide in the coffin, but not enough to run like stealthily. Oh, I guess
Okay.
they conveniently left.
Yeah, okay, they're gone. I just thought he was going to immediately run into the two that were out there.
Instantly cut down.
They're coming.
Stay low.
Low.
Sweet love. All right. What's he holding?
About paintball gun.
It does look like a paintball gun. That's the worst
It's
looking
like
gun.
it's a flashlight and a hammer.
What the fuck? Okay, there's a spare plasma rifle lying on the floor, bro.
And this guy's useless.
Yeah, seriously.
He's going to fight Terminators with a hammer.
I'ma hammer them real good.
Damn.
It does kind of make me think, though, that you could have like an awesome like Resident Evil zombie like game, but have the character you play as use exclusively like a hammer, but in a bunch of really creative ways where you're like ripping them apart.
So it's like
That'd be
that
cool.
dude from the raid or whatever.
Yeah. But like on like the level of the Doom guy.
Yeah. I mean, hammers are actually a good weapon if they're designed for battle. Not that you can't fuck a person up with
It's
a regular ass hammer, but that was like the perfect weapon to beat like knights and shit back in the day. It was like an actual fucking
Rivers,
war hammer.
over here.
You could just crush the armor.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me. We need to get that man to safety. I've set up an
Alright.
evacuation point this way. Terminators, you stay behind. Rivers, on me.
Oh, why don't you deal with it, you
Please,
fucking
God,
dick?
don't let them die. I don't want to be left alone anymore.
That old guy.
Oh no, poor
All right,
Dracula.
mole man.
Yeah, he's like
He does sound like him too.
He's like, nobody's gay for a moment. Man. He's just been in that coffin for so long.
It's like when Mole Man got left in the freezer.
Hello.
The evacuation route leads
Hello.
through that building. Then let's clear the way.
Okay, I love this idea that dude we rescued is just Mold.
He's one of the funniest old guys there is.
There aren't too many funny old characters.
Joe Biden. Abe Simpson.
He's a character for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Like, that's indisputable.
There's lots of funny old people.
Magoo? Or sorry, that's
Mr.
fine.
Magoo, yeah.
I like this.
Evans,
Pharaoh.
Mr. Burns is hilarious.
Mr. Burns, yeah.
He's cognizant.
So far, these are all Simpsons characters,
I'll
though.
set a couple more explosives as a parting gift for Sky.
Including Joe
We'll be
Biden.
on our way.
Yeah, he's been some scare. Shit, Trump's an old man. Yeah.
Okay, Rivers.
All our politicians.
I'll take that man out to safety.
That's true. That's why
If you need some
C-SPAN
time to
has
look
to
around,
happen.
then this is
The way we were talking about it.
All right, let's move out.
That would make a lot more people. It
They
would,
should call it his Children of the Corn policy.
So does the C in C-SPAN stand for, like, centenarian?
we were thinking, or Cenobite.
Oh, okay.
Because we were thinking the law kind of looks like a Cenobite a little bit
Okay.
too, you know.
Huh.
So, anyways, but just when people watch C-SPAN, it's like a horror fucking show, movie that comes on. But it's all, or if you're,
It's all real.
or if you're like Kane, you just find it funny because
Right,
all
right.
the old people are just being exterminated.
I like how he's sitting all the way back, but he's got his hands out like, oh, fire, warm me.
Transported to a Terminator factory with production lines churning out hundreds of them a day.
So our missing people are still there.
Some, most of them are in a work camp set up.
Why does
not that far from
Skynet
the
need
factory.
people in a
Yeah,
camp?
why does it possibly need people
Can
to...
you not just make, like, a robot bulldozer? Like, that would be so much more efficient.
They had something like that in Terminator
You know what
Salvation. I
See?
Was it behind the
I
annihilation?
just,
Fucking salvation.
farm equipment just should not be beyond its
No.
capabilities.
Shit.
Also, why is it farming?
Seen anything like it before.
What is Skynet's objective here?
I don't know.
Skynet's just kind of doing stuff. I feel like.
Yeah, like there's no logic to how Skynet behaves in this.
Is that a beer or a screwdriver that Kyle
We're
Reese
crossing
told?
the
Oh, good
annihilation
question.
He's
line.
got like a straight up
That
bigger.
must be part of the plan.
Uh,
Supposed to be a quick recon mission.
I haven't
it,
decided
I think
on
it's a
anything.
screwdriver.
Yeah.
Gun?
We're severely
I don't know. What it looks, either way, why, unless it's a beer, why is he just holding it? You know?
I don't know.
maybe he's drinking.
Are you sure it's not a gun? Look at that guy's gun. Looks kind of similar.
Oh, he might
Oh,
be just holding
he's
the.
barrel.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's just
okay.
holding it so close to the end.
I
Yeah.
thought Kyle Reese was just a beer.
Okay, if he was holding a beer, that would have been kind of great.
Ultimately, I'll be the one making the decision. Now, I need some time to think this through. For now, Farrell.
The apocalypse is the perfect time for some Miller Lite.
I mean, you'd think that these guys dying at any moment that drinking a beer is just something they'd be doing a lot of.
I mean, the only trouble is like having access to it in the first place.
Maybe Skynet makes it.
Apparently, it's farming for something,
There's
so
probably a lot of old beer just sitting around undrank, you know, and shit. Yeah.
that's possible.
Rivers.
That's possible.
Do you mind
I guess
checking on the team?
they probably got nuked and shit.
Yeah, it's probably radioactive as shit. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd drink
Because
that.
this is like 30 years into the war and shit too, and like I don't know, maybe.
Maybe they drank it already.
Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just tired. I must be
This
seeing-
guy's funny.
Yeah,
Must be
that's right.
seeing.
I'm just seeing things.
Yeah.
Can we just shoot him, put him out of his misery,
I wish.
or tell him to go back in his coffin?
Shit, man. You laugh, but I'll be else in a few years.
Yeah, that's true. Just like 2 years.
You've heard Reese. You know what it means.
Behold, the
We're crossing the
ravages of
annihilation line soon.
Crossing the annihilation line.
That is not
Oh,
Finish
good.
a mission that makes
The DLC is
absolutely
called
no
the
sense.
annihilation line, so
Yeah.
hopefully that
We're in
means
over
it's.
our heads.
It's so far it sounds
The
cooler
team
than
should
it
always
is.
come
Yeah.
first, not the mission. That's what the Resistance taught me. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. Meeting Connor is
I'll
not
put
worth
DJ
all of
Black
this.
He's got a little bit of that look to him.
Piece of shit!
I think there's someone else you should talk to first.
That girl that's very irate.
That's who we're going to talk
Fucking
to.
damn it!
So far, she's got some.
It's Kobe Smulders.
It does look like Kobe
This
Smulders.
situation has me so wound up, I'm shaking. Not
She's like,
good
did
for
you know I was the real mom all along?
Yeah.
Or no, she wasn't, was she? She was like
She was.
she was like somebody's mom.
Love to. Since there's no one in 100 miles of
How
here
I
that can
met
help.
somebody's mom.
Oh, that doesn't have the same ring to it.
Reese hasn't decided anything about crossing the annihilation line.
How I Met a
You know
MILF.
what else?
That's
How our previous
probably just a
assignment
porn
was
guy.
stupid and bound
That would
to
be a
fail.
show on the reality
Or how
TV.
That's
truly
true, that
fucked
probably
up
is
it
on some
that we're
show.
back in the trenches just
If MILF
hours
Manor is
after
a thing,
our team got
How I
disbanded.
Met
That's a real
I
show.
forgot
He
about
hasn't
MILF
mentioned
Manor.
That's a real one.
Johnson
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Yang. He hasn't mentioned them once.
So why
Like
do you
they
kind of
never fucking
sounds like
existed.
Colby Smulders?
A little bit.
Sorry.
So she,
I shouldn't be
I
snapping
never
at you
watched
like
much
that.
of that show, but
How
did you even
continue
Yeah.
speaking?
What?
Please continue.
Well, just pretend that you didn't clumsily drop an entire bottle of water.
Those were the soldiers that lived right during the
Yeah,
Don't let
they
me
were.
hold you.
Except they weren't soldiers.
Talking
Not
like
to
the
me.
law now.
Yeah.
Like some
Family.
people.
They practically raised
no,
me.
I was gonna say,
I enlisted when I was 11.
oh hell,
I
I was
assigned
gonna
to
say,
this
I
team
think
of
I never
4
saw
guys,
much of
so
that
I
show,
was
but I think
absolutely
she was like the
intimidated by
on again, off again love
I was trying to
interest
play the
throughout
tough
the
kid in
show,
front of them, you
and
know?
then no, of the main guy, and then
Eventually, she in the later seasons
Looking
she
back,
dates Neil
I
Patrick
must have been an
Harris.
endless
was
source of
for
entertainment
the.
for
I
them.
think that's temporary though, because they end up, her and the main guy are like end up together at the end. But they literally
yeah.
introduced the mom in the
Hey,
last
it could be a
season.
molecule.
Then she dies of cancer, and then he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to fucking this chick who I was with for a good chunk of the show.
Ask was Reese one of those people? I want to know.
Was
what
Reese
she's
one of those people?
He was.
So he started making
Well,
those damn peanut
I
butter
hope
cups.
deep down he still is. The Reese that you've met is not the Reese I knew.
He doesn't make
That
chocolate
one
anymore.
always looked out for his teammates.
Killing me. Peanut butter.
The man leading us now thinks only about the plan. But
Maybe Skynet's
yeah,
a
he
chocolate
used to be part
factory.
of the team.
Ooh. Just
With the
Okay,
four of them,
Cadbury.
That would
I was
Skynet running Wonka's Chocolate
First
Factory
time
would
in
be
my
an
life I
amazing
had
robot
someone
chicken
looking
skit.
after me.
That should just
That's
be
what
the
I
sequel.
imagine having a family to like.
Skynet.
Now
It's just
I'm
a
starting to
Terminator
think
in a purple
if I
hat,
get
just going
killed,
around.
Reese won't even
It's
care.
got like the kind of Johnny
He
Depp-ish,
can't look me
like
in the eyes.
mannerisms.
Hasn't said
Terminator
my
shows
name
up
this
with
whole
all the
time.
other
It's always
kids, and the
corporal,
Terminator's
like he
holding a
doesn't
golden
know
ticket.
me.
Yeah.
It's Charlotte.
Oh.
Anyway,
Oh.
thanks
Do you
for
think she has a
letting me
web?
vent. Sometimes that's all it takes.
I feel like the vibe we get from the human soldiers in the flashbacks or flash forwards or whatever of the Terminator movies
Yeah.
shows that these like petty kind of feelings have kind of been drilled out of them.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
super.
It's just so much like that desperate fight for survival at all times.
Yeah, so it's just like I don't believe some of the
Rivers,
characters when
can I
they're
have a
like,
word with you?
yeah, well, anyways, thanks for letting me vent. It's like, you know,
Yeah, you always got the impression they didn't really have time to be people anymore.
no,
Well,
It's part of the horror of the future.
yeah.
And you get to see them.
Sir,
I wanted to ask your opinion about what we.
I mean, I know it's been a long time since
What do
I
you
watched
really
it. You
think
watched it
happened
more
on
recently.
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah.
But you
Think
get to see
some rogue resistance
people from the
squad cut a deal with
future
Skynet?
having come back
Decided
in
to
that
deliver
Sarah
an outpost
Connor
full of
Chronicles
civilians in
show,
exchange
and
for
like
some
you see
special
them
treatment?
completely
Or maybe
just
you have a theory of your
not
own regarding what's happened.
working within how like the world is in the present. Like
Right.
they're very like they do not fit.
Well,
into
the first guy you see
regular
from the
world.
future.
Well, shit, even just... Well, keep going, Michael.
Oh, well, which turns out to be Kyle Reese's brother in that show.
Okay,
Is
right.
he's very much like Kyle Reese personality wise.
This looks like a job of Terminators.
But he's
What the
very
fuck does that mean?
we're just
he's
now
very
seeing
much
what they're
like
capable
kind of robotic in
I was
his
afraid
at
you'd
first
say that.
in his personality
Yeah.
himself
Trust your judgment.
because
You had the
you
most
know
experience.
so he's very much like Kyle Reese
Is
in
that
the
all,
first
sir?
Terminator movie was.
Unless,
I assume you were going to bring up Kyle
know what the deal
Reese.
is
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
2600s.
I was also just going to
Your
point out
easiest
that, like,
squad
a
and the
lot
rubbery
of,
mugs
like,
are not
people who
fooling
have
anyone.
actually been soldiers, they go to
What
war,
about
they
this
come
new
back to
model?
civilian life, and it's difficult for
I'm
them to
asking
fit in
because
because,
you're one of the
like,
few people
yeah,
that
you
can
have that
look at very close
sense
and
drilled
win.
into you of, like, anything to get you at
Think
any
you would
given
know if
time,
you
you
were
know?
talking to a Terminator?
And so, like, if you live in this post-apocalyptic hell world with robots hunting you at all times, you'd think that would be like that times 11.
Right.
Sure, Sarge. I'm not an expert. I've
And
only
even
come
that
to
one
find
line of dialogue the
that I know
lady Colby
That's what I'm
Smulders had
afraid of.
Like, that's what we're calling it now.
Stay with me.
Well, I'm not going to remember her fucking
That's
name.
it for now.
is
Sounds
very
Colby
much.
Smulders.
Actually, I've
Yeah, exactly.
It was like the dialogue ripped out of that Sarah Connor show
Right.
because
Seems to me that
she
he's
said some
fully
line
recovered
about
from your previous assignment.
I understand.
kind of seeing John
Unfortunately,
Connor
that'll
as a
have to
little
wait.
bit
There's still a lot of work ahead before
less
we move out.
messianic,
I don't mean to
and
say
Sure.
I'm
that's
but
brought up in the
that
Sarah
may be part
Connor
of the problem.
Chronicles show as well. That
I see your
like
point,
most
but I can't
humans
risk the safety
believe
of my
John
team.
is like this
Preparations
Messiah
have to come
type
first.
figure
Right.
of the future.
You can
Jesus.
take a break, now,
Yeah,
soldier.
but some
You
of
did a good
them,
job today.
you know, after a few years into the war, are starting to like wonder what his allegiances are,
Right.
what kind of fucked up person he is, you know,
Right,
stuff
right.
like that. And so that's something that show already did too. The one kind of interesting line of dialogue she had was already done in that show.
Right. Yeah, this game has been pretty disappointing after how good RoboCop was.
Oh yeah, RoboCop was great. Got some quibbles here and there, but overall, really.
Yeah, the
fun.
RoboCop game has a few flaws, but it's good. It's very good.
It's janky, but it's worth the jank.
Yeah, this is like too much jank.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That was
I
awesome.
don't know, but we're not staying
All
here
right.
to find out. Let's
Oh,
go.
nobody cared about that.
No, fuck them. Get out of
Nobody
here.
cares about Mole Man.
Yeah, nobody's playing the future for Mole Man.
That's it.
Operation Take Out Mole Man.
How about we worry about that later?
They just want to take on the spider and take it home.
That's why we need to be done with this goddamn game.
Well, you don't like armored spiders? You prefer when they take their armor off?
You know he does.
All right, everyone on me. Rivers, get that door open.
That thing was an HK Centurion.
How the
Okay.
hell do you know that?
I
fuck
saw
is
them
that?
work on it when I was at that camp.
Is it part of a Roman
So-
legion?
Another of their weapons has come online.
Also, the Sky
Shit.
is does Skynet think about Rome every day?
Apparently, yeah. Skynet's sitting there going fucking the legions were the coolest shit ever. They conquered Gaul.
There's more. Spread out.
Yeah, you don't think Skynet would have
Spider,
enough
12 o'clock.
admiration of
Whoa,
human
scratch that.
Everyone focus. Next time that could be one of us.
culture to name something after our shit, you know?
Yeah, especially when you consider that, what are the other things called? The HK aerial, that makes sense. It
Yeah.
flies. The HK tank, yeah, fine, it's a tank.
Yeah.
But, doesn't
They're
Skynet...
much
Oh,
more
those
literal
HK spiders,
names.
yeah.
that's fair. They look like spiders.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
I say he likes them so much.
Yeah.
But
Shut the fuck up.
but yeah, does the fucking Centurion look like a Roman legionnaire? Why is it called that?
Right. Maybe
Are there 100 of them?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, maybe.
Keep your heads down.
Very strange choice.
Yeah.
Especially when the regular bots are just called P600. Wow, that's a creative name right there. You can tell Skynet put a lot of thought into it.
So, why is it using naming conventions for some things, but then not for everything? That
And
doesn't
then-
make any sense.
I guess maybe it's a name the humans gave it, but then why wouldn't they have names for the other stuff?
True. That's very inconsistent.
I feel like they just wanted to have a cool sounding name.
What?
Did we die?
What?
Yeah.
I'm just getting ammo from all the dead guys after the fight.
Terminator decided. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell that they just wanted to give it a cool sounding name, and they didn't
Sure.
really think of the implications of that.
No, there's no reason for that to be what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they have some understanding of human warfare, like why make the Terminators look like metal skeletons except to psychologically invoke fear in humans.
Sure, that would
Right.
make sense.
So they must have some, understanding of human symbolism when it comes to death and war and killing and stuff.
Right.
There's more. Spread
But
out.
then why don't the aerial tanks look all weird and creepy?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Why doesn't Skynet tie
Whoa,
dead
scratch
people
that.
with
Everyone
robots,
focus.
so
Next time that could be one of
it
us.
ups the intimidation factor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Carol, watch the flank.
Basically, Skynet should just be more
Hold them
edgelord.
off.
Should be Mark Wahlberg, what'd you say?
Edgelord.
Oh, okay.
Heaven, covering fire.
Is Mark Wahlberg much of an edgelord?
He's kind of an
He
edgelord.
definitely has been an edgelord.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
In the
dude.
90s, for sure.
Okay.
His rap career did?
I think he's
Oh,
stabbed
I don't know
with
much about
Asian
his
guy.
Oh, you don't know? Oh, yeah, dude.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Might have to show him a music video after the stream.
yeah.
All right.
There are
I'm
two
down.
things that Mark Wahlberg did in the 90s. Underwear and rap.
We need to get to the surface.
3 things. Beating Vietnamese dudes.
Yeah, Vietnamese.
Why
Yeah,
did he beat a Vietnamese dude?
He's just a straight up hate crime.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was a hate crime.
He's definitely not that guy now, but
Yeah.
for a while.
At the time.
He's Catholicized.
I don't know what's doing that.
You should,
Probably the Centurion.
should have paid your alimony, dude.
Oh, shit. That was the hand of Spider God. Snapping you down.
Yeah, they wouldn't be gunning for you so hard. They're responsible with your payments.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Run around for a long time. Run around for a long time. Sooner or later, Spider's gonna smack you down.
There's more! Yeah.
You fuck around and you're gonna find out.
Spider, 12 o'clock!
I don't think that was part of
Oh no,
Cash's
Giant
song.
Dash didn't come up with fuck around and find out.
Yeah, he did not say that.
He didn't invent that. Sadly, I would have loved to hear him sing that. For a second, I forgot you had guys with you, and I thought that was the Terminator saying that when he shot it.
Yeah, he's like ass.
That's for Rats Terminators? Is that what the T stands for?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. They do have a naming convention.
Tourette 600.
Okay, that would be a great mod for this game if somebody gave all the Terminators Tourette's guy voice.
I would absolutely.
Michael, did you know that's a real mod for Doom 2?
For Doom 2?
Yeah,
No,
they gave all the monsters Tourette's
There they
guy.
are! Time
That's
to go.
awesome.
We need to get to the surface, fast!
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're dead.
Oh, that was
Oh,
close.
shit. You're edging.
Bro. Okay. Alright.
You're all out of plasma.
Yep. No, I don't know why I'm not picking up, like,
Everyone's
the guns that I have.
You believe you're loaded on that spider, dude.
Like, is that? No, that's the same.
Yeah, you only have Type 1. Generation 1.
Yeah.
You need to find the next
Like-
generation one.
it's like-
What the fuck?
I still get why I'm
is
not
that?
getting ammo from.
They were
the
waiting
Terminators
for
you killed,
us.
because
Yeah.
they had normal guns this time. Which does make more sense when you think about it. Why would the Terminators equip themselves with a gun that can kill Terminators when a regular ass gun that can kill people would be
I
sufficient?
can see
That's
the
true, and then it couldn't be turned around on them.
Yeah. Skynet has no idea what it's doing.
It really, it's really dumb.
It's just sitting there, it's just pressing buttons. You know, like things are happening, but it's like,
Too many of them!
Even more now! Drones! I'm taking them out!
It's like that fucking,
Farrell, focus on
how
those
it should have
spiders,
ended.
understand?
Focus on those spiders.
Oh, Sage is definitely keen on that.
Need some ammo!
They fly now.
Oh, okay. Well, I got like ammo from the dude next to me, so that's
Oh, okay, well go nuts with your plasma gun, I guess. He's just got free rebuilds.
Keep your heads down!
cool. Well, Kyle Reese, you are good for something.
I've got
Yeah.
this! Keep firing!
I like that guy who's standing there, just pointing his gun at the enemy but not shooting. He's like, I'm fitting in.
I'm in cover.
Fire! Hold them off! Return fire! Stay low!
Do you think this is already near the end
Hey,
of
Yo, what's up, No Name? How you doing? How you feeling? What's going on?
Do you think we're already near the end of the DLC?
Probably halfway. I'd say halfway at least.
Halfway.
I mean,
Did
maybe
you look
further.
up how long it's supposed to be? Or?
I saw something like 3 hours ish. We played an hour last time, so I'm thinking we're like
we should go with that.
halfway or maybe a little over halfway.
Once we get stuck.
For sure.
Maybe this is just a straight line and this goes all the way to the end. That'd be kind of sweet if we were done with it.
Eager to be finished.
I mean, like, again, this game will then do things like this, where I'm like, okay, well, I like this sequence, because, again, I'm on a battlefield with, like, a bunch of other dudes, and there's, like, a shitload of robots all at once, and it feels like a battlefield, which is, like, what I want from the game. But it's so frequently not doing that. You know, like, so much of the game is not these types of moments.
Okay.
I like these types of moments where I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, it's like we got a whole battalion, and Yeah, it feels like we're in like the middle of a war. Like I like it
I
as
think there's enough for you.
Okay, cool.
I like it as
Yeah, I was gonna have a little less anyways. Alcohol stuff.
I like it as like an action game. I don't like it
You don't think that's
as like a you're gonna have dialogue choices and stealth sequences and crafting mechanics. I don't like it as any of those things.
Yeah.
But I like when it is like pure action game mode. I think it is good.
Yeah.
In these, which is why I wouldn't be like too harsh on like the overall game.
Sure.
Because like there's still a core that I like. It's just
Feels a bit like it was too busy chasing trends at the time.
yeah, like it was like, oh well, these other games do these gameplay mechanics, so we're gonna also include these things.
Yeah.
And that's why RoboCop is so much better than this. Well, one, the writing is much better,
It is.
but then on top of that,
RoboCop also just kind of feels like its own game that does what it focuses on.
yeah, it doesn't feel like it's forcing in game mechanics from a bunch of popular genres because those things are popular.
Okay.
It's just like, well, what does RoboCop make sense for? You know?
It seems like so far there are still 3 good Terminator stories.
They're coming in
1,
hot.
2, and so Chronicles.
Yeah,
far, yeah.
I would say so. But no, I think we're doing all pretty good.
Yeah, shit's fine.
Um,
I was even shooting.
I know I wasn't even kind of on him.
Oh, you've got to be shitting me!
Oh shit. Probably don't want to get right in front of that. You can come in front too if it's easier.
You've got a backup evac plan? Watch out!
But now we're just hopefully finishing this Terminator game today. That is the goal.
What year was this game?
2019, maybe 18.
Is it that recent?
Yeah.
Alright.
And then the studio did the RoboCop game in 2023, which was like a drastic improvement over this. And then later this summer, we're getting actually like a follow-up to that RoboCop game, which is like...
Expansion, it seems like?
I think it's a standalone
Okay, a
thing.
sequel?
Yeah, it's more of a sequel. Like
I
a
mean,
small
I can understand
standalone.
why they're doing a sequel. That game was very good, and it did pretty well.
But I also don't think it's going to be like nearly as long. Like
Okay.
it'll be like a smaller, like download only type thing, but it'll still be a standalone experience.
You can still call that an expansion.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a
Sequel.
Oh shit, I'm missing all this stuff. I feel like Brenda Song should be in more video games. She's an actress. Brenda Song.
I don't know.
She's been in one video game, but it wasn't very good.
What was she in?
The Quarry, which was like kind of a follow-up to Until Dawn, but it wasn't nearly as good as Until Dawn. I'm trying to think
What
if
else
she's
has
been
she
in.
been in? Anything outside of video games?
Yeah, she's been in like she's been in stuff.
I have no idea who this is. I mean, like, I'm an old man. I don't really follow like modern celebrities.
I'm almost there.
God, after June, what are some things she's been in? I know who she is, but I can't say that I've like watched much with her either. Can we add her to our book?
And a song?
Probably not. No.
I don't know how we do that. She can be in an adaptation, maybe, if she's any good as a voice actress. But
It'd have to be pure voice acting, though.
just doesn't look like a dinosaur. And she started on Disney Channel.
Well, was she?
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh, yeah, I never would have watched that. No, absolutely not.
She's just like one of the slightly older girls that they hang out with or some shit. I might have a face for her.
I feel like she's been in stuff because she's an adult now.
Oh, okay.
No.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Like, I know I've seen her pop up and stuff. I just feel like she's never watched that either.
That was your favorite show.
I've never
You're
seen
thinking of
that.
Spider-Girl.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
God, shut up.
Or possibly New Spider.
Uh-huh. This is how it's going, though, Nick.
Look, I know you've seen So I'm a Spider, so what?
I have not.
Sure.
Last Showgirl with Pamela
I have
Anderson.
not seen that.
I've
I
not
know who
seen that
Pamela
either.
Anderson is.
I've seen Baywatch.
I've seen Baywatch Nights.
I have also seen Baywatch Nights.
Baywatch Nights was awesome.
Baywatch Nights is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's classic, man.
It was almost even crazier.
It was almost way more.
supernatural elements.
No. He's saying it was almost much crazier than it was.
Yeah. I told you about this. Remember?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, goddamn.
He's saying yes, but he doesn't remember.
So I think one of the first episodes of Baywatch Nights.
It's in the comedy sketch of with Don Cheadle as Captain Planet. That's
okay.
I do remember that.
That's the first thing that you've listed so far that you're selling me. But no, one of the first episodes of Baywatch Nights was supposed to be David Hasselhoff as a drag queen fighting Mr. Clean, who was also a drag queen. Except Mr. Clean also had a weed whacker for
Like he was like a cyborg Mr. Clean drag queen.
That's cool. I was mad at this episode.
I don't think they had the budget.
Oh my god, they couldn't have some bad fucking sleeve.
No.
Yeah.
Or maybe they decided it wasn't tasteful enough for the drag.
If they couldn't do it well, they didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
They were definitely trying to be very respectful.
Every episode was fucking mediocre.
Mediocre, that's way too generous.
Well, yeah, it was hilariously terrible.
Or some actors you would want for the book.
Danny McBride is
I like that we both like
Danny McBride is the number one.
Yeah, Vanessa Hudgens. What's she
No. Nothing good, I feel like.
Okay, I can't. I'm not like the person who knows actors.
She's the main girl in high school.
Yeah, that was. I feel like she was bigger when we were kids, but
Selena Gomez, no.
No.
No
to all of these.
Not Ariana Grande either.
No, I don't think so. Do we even have that many like that we know for sure? Oh, this guy would be perfect. Besides Danny McBride,
I feel like Danny McBride is the only character.
Victoria Justice.
Dude.
Is that even a person?
Yeah, that's another fucking Disney chick.
Okay.
No to anyone on Disney.
Just listing you the whole Disney Channel.
Naming a list of actors. Well, you can keep them coming if you want, man, but I won't know who most of these people are.
If they got their start on Disney, then fuck no.
Let's get Drake Bell in there while we're talking.
Oh no.
Fuck all. No, none of that.
I mean, who else did we have like a real idea would be a great actor?
I honestly think the only character in our whole book.
Chad.
That's not a real person.
Is that a real person?
There's no way that's a real person's name.
Chad.
Come on. There's no way. That cannot be.
I kind of hope it's their real name.
I like this chick. I set up anti-tank mines for an army that didn't have any tanks. They didn't work.
I'm glad you caught that because I didn't even notice.
That's hilarious.
If only the anti-tank mines had destroyed aircraft. I should have used anti-aircraft mines. You plant them in the ground and then they don't do anything.
No, I truly think the only character in the whole book that we've ever written with like
an actor in mind.
Yeah, we're like, okay, this person is this character.
Amy Schumer?
God, no.
I don't think she'd fit at all.
No. Yeah,
I don't even think she'd like our work.
Probably not.
Amy Schumer for the voiceover? No. I can't think of anyone that we have that's that shrill.
Yeah.
You get James Corden in there or something like that.
No.
Oh, God.
I don't have anything personal.
Ever heard?
So what, she can shit in all our beds?
No, thank you.
Destroy the company?
No Johnny Depp either.
Yeah, fuck Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
fuck both of them.
We're against both sides of that war.
Yeah, I hate both of them.
There are no good guys in that fight.
Yeah.
No bed on soil.
That's the celebrity equivalent. That's the celebrity equivalent of Nazi Germany versus the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
What, his kid?
Oh,
Johnny
she was in Nosferatu.
She was, and I did think she was good in that. I did like her.
That's the first good actress or actor you've listed. She could be in it.
I mean, I like her. I don't know if I see her fitting based on that role in any of the
Based off of what I've read, I don't know what character she plays.
We have a lot.
You haven't even gotten the Danny McBride character that we...
So, yeah, I don't...
We did get back to plugging away on 21 last night, too.
Yeah, I still gotta look at the...
Yeah, you still gotta play catch up here. I like how she's just like standing here with like the generic NPC pose. So, you gonna plant anti-infantry mines next time for the infantry army?
It is.
Why do you
Read your diary. I'm still
It
not.
said
I'm not gonna
I'm
read it,
shit
though.
at my job.
Check on the team. That's our
That's
goal right now.
quite some news, Rivers.
I'll go back to the
Damn it.
drawing board. Please do. I do enjoy your list.
Yeah, it's like 1 for 20 there.
You. It's,
Yeah, I can't. I mean,
I don't
I don't want
put
any of those other people.
I'm gonna
anywhere
stop
near
you
us.
right there. I've been fighting my whole
Would any of
life
those
and never
actors be
really
great
knew
for the
what I was
comics?
fighting
No,
for.
that'd be
Now
good for
I
anything.
finally
You're not good for
against it.
anything.
your father?
Oh,
Actual
fuck.
family.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, Danny McBride's
We're
the
going to
only
get him
person
back,
I think we really have thought
I
of.
will
Things I do
say,
to talk to my
for
dad.
basically anything we
Even if
do,
it was just
we will
for a
always
moment.
find a spot for Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cage could be in.
Well, we've talked about. I think we have talked about what. Oh fuck no, dude!
Leave it alone.
Fuck no,
Oh no.
absolutely not.
You're putting me on the spot,
Yeah,
but
I just burned the
well,
script.
I've never met your father.
Like, I don't even want to make
I
this
guess
anymore.
it's
Yeah,
not
you
uncommon
keep
these
your
days.
millions of dollars.
So
Fuck yeah,
I
dude.
guess I would say
Olivia Wilde.
Hi.
Director.
Oh,
nice
okay.
to finally meet you.
All I know that Olivia Wilde's directed
But more
is
importantly,
that
terrible
do you know
movie.
what
Sorry,
you're gonna
not what's it called? Something Darling.
Yeah, the one with like Henry Styles.
Sorry to Love You, Darling. I don't know what the fuck it was called. But
Well, I mean, for starters, if we made a film, it would be like an anime.
Yeah, I mean, it would be voice acting for sure.
Because I mean,
Don't worry about that.
it's not a story you
It'll
can
come
really
to you.
convey with actors.
So,
have you talked to Reese
Have you
yet?
talked to Reese yet?
I'm not gonna bother him yet. Just look at the craziness he has to deal with.
Yeah, those new Reese's peanut
I'll give
butter
him some
cups are weird.
We'll probably talk when we get back from the mission.
he's gonna have a real meltdown when Reese's Pieces come into play.
He's like, the Reese's are in
I know this
pieces.
is
The Reese's.
That should be the line for when he dies. Dude, that should be the line for when he dies. We're seeing great VA of our time.
Keith David.
Keith David is great.
Keith David is up there.
Or is he talking specifically?
Oh, just he
video game
just said
realm?
who's some of the great voice actors of our time: Keith David, Kevin Conroy,
Oh yeah,
um,
back in the day, Mark Hamill. And stuff.
Mark Hamill.
Oh, Mark Hamill used to be great.
You
Except
should
for
have
when his
told me
pants
about
fell
my
down.
father's-
Well, that wasn't back in the day.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Besides, we said voice actor, not like, you know, person
Yeah.
who knows how to wear pants.
Michael Ironside, David Hayter,
I think Billy Crudup.
Billy Crudup is really great. Brenda Song.
I don't know who that is.
And
That was
Selma
the-
mentioned
It was one of the people we already talked
Oh,
about.
God damn it. See, that tells you how
Wow.
memorable her fucking name is.
You really do have Joe Biden's memory.
I do, man.
Five-person team.
I wasn't even in the room when you guys were talking about her. I knew who she was.
Once we're there, our responsibility will be to cause as much damage as possible. I want Skynet to notice.
Does
When
Skynet
it
get
does,
emotional about those
We'll
kinds
send
of things?
reinforcements
Probably.
from the factory, leaving the place
Skynet,
undetected.
dumbass. So.
That's where we'll
Maybe it's
regroup
really
before we
easily
get
triggered.
I know
That's how they're slowing Skynet down. They just have an army of trolls on laptops, just like, you know, calling it a snowflake over and over.
I'm sure
Skynet's
you all
wasting
do.
all its time, like, fighting, like,
That
an
doesn't change the
internet
fact
comment
that
war.
I'm-
Internet. That would be actually smart on the resistance.
I would watch that Terminator
Yeah.
movie.
That's like that's something new and creative at least.
Comfortable making it.
You deserve honesty.
Because yeah, if you could just like fuck with their computing power,
Yeah.
and make
Yeah, yeah.
them waste it on really dumb fucking tasks.
You're just dragging it down with memes. How many bits for all of you to watch all of Powerpuff Girls?
Like
Dude,
the
that's
original? Well, are you? Because that's good.
I
Just a
assume
pilot.
you mean the remake, the shitty pilot.
Well, wait,
whatever that was.
But
Or do
that,
you mean the
there's
original
only one
animation?
episode of that.
Yeah,
It's
that's not much of. If you mean the original animation, like
I
that's
have
actually
seen
good.
all of it.
Yeah, like
I've watched all of it.
okay.
before.
Well, I don't have shit to say
I think
about
all
the
three of
old-
us have watched.
We like that show.
I like that when I was a kid.
Yeah. I've seen the majority of it at the very least. I mean, it's been a while, but
I mean, it's one of those rare shows that like
Sure,
everybody
Skynet
watched
take
as a
the
kid. And nobody talked shit
You have to
about it.
remember that Skynet
yeah,
is
no,
just a
it's
machine,
solid.
a program that works according to protocols.
I mean, you wouldn't
And
have
that
to
works
pay
to
me to
our
watch it.
advantage. Predictable.
I might want to
And that's
get
gonna be
kind of
Skynet's
pie
downfall.
because it's a cartoon. from 20 years ago, and I just enjoy doing that.
I mean,
for
it
those.
is kid show. It's not like it's
Pie.
Oh.
If that's the
I mean,
case,
the pie would also.
Pie. Well, if I get high, I'll want pie.
Yeah,
You
of
know.
The Pie Day was a little bit ago.
or when their
When was
objective
Pie
has
Day?
been
It was
completed.
314.
These
That's-
people are valuable.
Yeah.
They make
Have you
that-
never heard of that
Is
before?
an official
That's an official thing,
That's
yeah.
a government
Dude, that's
holiday.
been.
Not a government.
Well, it's not a government. People are getting to work on for
There's
it.
President's Day, there's Martin Luther King Day, and then there's Pie Day, damn it!
Sweet, dude. Why didn't anybody tell me about this day when I was a kid?
Yeah, dude, I mean, like, your school didn't. I mean, that was one thing I
What
actually.
did the grape say when it got crushed? Nothing. It just let all.
Hey, obviously, Yeti, back with the puns.
Beautiful.
No.
Woo, hell yeah.
That's gold.
Obviously, Yeti, how are you doing? Welcome in.
Obviously,
Great
Eddie,
to see ya.
Can you do a favor? Can you do any monkey puns?
Yeah, he really likes monkey puns in particular.
You get out of here, Yeti. Get out of here.
Hey-oh. Yeah, how's it going, obviously, Yeti? How are you doing?
We should be able to see it from that hill.
What were we just talking about? Pie?
Yeah, Pie Day.
Yeah, Pie Day. That's
Yeah.
been a thing
You're gonna
forever,
celebrate
dude.
Pie Day, right?
I'm shocked that you have not heard of that.
Yeah, that was the thing
Yeah.
at like every school back in the day.
Why didn't
Especially if you had a really kind of frumpy older math teacher, they'd
Yeah.
get so excited about it.
Well, not just the frumpy old ones, even the younger ones wanted to prove they were cool. Would do it.
How does a monkey get into their house?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh, how does it get in?
How does it get in?
How does it
A
get
monkey,
in?
yeah, I
They will withdraw some of their
Wow.
that's when we'll strike.
That's even better because I made that joke too, Michael.
Best way to start one of these puns
No,
is to
don't
go,
tell
hey,
them.
Michael.
Don't
and then
tell
do the
them.
pun.
Don't tell them anything.
It's out there now.
I love it.
Thanks. I appreciated that.
Everyone in position. I want each of us to find a target. Something that will get Skynet's attention and then destroy it.
Yes, sir.
Let's get to work.
I don't ever want to hear it again, but I appreciate it that one
One
time.
more thing. There used to be
All the more reason to say it again.
Hey, Michael,
Shut up.
what do you call an ocean of monkeys?
No, a cum river, what do you say?
Well, you would call it that for sure. But
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely
where do
what you
monkeys
want.
do their get their gossip? On the 8-vine.
Oh, the 8-pun! The 8-pun!
But Michael, what do you call an ocean of monkeys?
No.
A chimpanzee.
A chimpanzee! There you go, man.
Oh,
Obviously, we're doing great.
Yeah, we're doing fantastic. I don't know about
Michael,
him, but we're doing real good. Oh, are you going to make me take more pictures?
Wow, you're a photographer, man. You're a,
Upgraded ultravision goggles to take photos of Skynet installations.
you are a battlefield journalist. That is your job. Is that a mining machine?
Huh.
That's cool, but why does Skynet need human workers when obviously it's got that?
I don't know. Again, nothing about Skynet's strategy ever seems to make any goddamn sense.
Skynet is the dumbest AI, and that is including Googling.
Visual on the target.
If there were no bananas, what fruit would monkey choose?
I'll see if there are any
Apricots.
explosives left that I could use.
Apricots.
I'll tell you another monkey pun, but it's not appropriate.
Appropriate.
that's fine. Don't tell me any.
I mean, that is the one.
That was a pun, man. I don't know if you noticed.
I hope your car never gets fixed.
Oh god! Oh god!
Oh, damn,
Oh no!
it's the Centurion.
No! Don't do it! Don't!
No, that's a T-47.
Oh, that's T-47.
I'm running away.
I think you're gonna have to go through it, bro.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There's another goal over here. So,
All right. You're not very good at being a battlefield photographer.
what do you call a little monkey? A chimp off the old block.
There you go.
I hope your car never works either.
Luckily, I don't have one. Is this thing shooting me in the back at the same time?
No, it's just the spiders that are getting up on you.
Oh no, there's totally a drone up there. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Fucking hell.
The drone's making sure you play nice with the spiders. You're all year round.
That's sad to hear.
Well, we welcome it. We're very happy to hear that.
Also,
that
Sage.
spider scout is
Yeah.
humping you, dude. It's teabagging you on the ground.
Sage, I recommend that when you're fighting the little ones, you use your non-plasma ammo.
Yeah, just use your parenting skills.
Well, if Sage had any of those, he wouldn't be running away from the spider children all the time.
God.
Hey, do you got any spider puns?
No, we
Oh,
don't.
yeah,
No,
spider
no,
puns
no,
would be
no,
great.
no, no, we don't need.
Let's
we don't
throw
need
those
that.
out there.
We don't. We don't
We
have to
haven't
have
had
those.
one of those.
I think
That's
we're
fair,
all right.
really.
I think we're okay.
No, it's
about
not
that.
okay.
No pressure or anything. Just ask
It's no-
for a friend.
yeah, well, us.
Oh, that's effective. Well, when you hit them.
Yeah, I said use your knife.
Wasting the Terminator knife on these fuckers.
You literally can't use them unless it's a stealth attack. So,
Okay.
and I also can't use them on anything that's not.
I'd say it's definitely dead. I know you want to keep shooting your shot, but it's dead.
Yeah, but good old spider pun always does the trick.
Will you enjoy it, even though because what's stronger about it, the spider part or the pun part?
Good question.
I don't know if it was some puns if there are spiders in there. Or gnomes.
Sadly, Alex isn't here.
Yeah, we should waste those. Right?
Silverfish. If you want spider puns, just look on the web.
Get out of here, you roly-poly son of a bitch.
You ever watch that show when you were like 5? The like Roly Poly House or some shit like that?
No.
That doesn't sound familiar.
I've heard of the Roly Poly Kitten. Is it related?
I think so. They were like yellow, spherical robots.
What? I mean, you're intriguing me. Keep going.
It was like toddler programming on the Disney Channel back in.
It's like Gundam for like little babies.
Baby Gundam.
No, it was like less hardcore than Gundams. It was like
obviously.
for
Well, yeah, but that's why I
Yeah.
said Gundam for babies.
no, because they literally had that show too.
Did they?
Yeah,
They had a baby. Was it like the Muppet Babies?
yeah, but Gundam babies.
Are they like child
Really?
soldiers? Or what?
The baby soldiers.
Yo, you vaguely remember the roly poly thing?
Huh.
Yeah, it was toddler programming, I think, on the Disney Channel back in like '98.
Huh. I don't remember that.
Weird.
It's also about a big bear that lived in a fucking house.
I remember the show Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah,
that was a different show.
I don't remember the show Big Fucking Bear in a big fucking house.
That's when Samuel Jackson put it on for his kids. Roly poly oly.
Yeah, that one. That
Oh,
one.
okay.
Roly poly.
Obvious talk about
Oh god, fuck Obvious.
that.
Obby probably still watches it.
Probably.
But yeah, they're
Those
just all these
Looting
shows
boxes. I don't even know where I'm going.
I didn't even know if I enjoyed them at the time, but
Well, you remembered them.
Must have been memorable in some capacity.
Why is there a shopping?
Oh,
They set a trap. It didn't go off.
okay. I don't even know what you're fucking talking about. dude.
Well, obviously we were supposed to read the note.
Eh.
let's not read it. Let's not read
I'm committed to not reading the notes in this game.
He could have at least done it in a silly voice.
I suppose. I mean, the writing in this game has just not been impressive. So.
No, it really.
Yeah, this is like the illiteracy rainbow.
Well, Alex certainly wants it to be.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Alex hates reading.
he does.
He likes
Trying to untrain his brain to not be able to read anymore.
He hasn't been very good at that so far.
He likes
That's
his TLC.
That's true.
I think that's how he's
That is,
damaging his ability to
yeah,
read.
that's what I was gonna say. That's his like brain damage simulator.
Brain damage simulator. I like that. I'd rather be playing that.
Damn, that was a pretty scathing critique of this game here.
I mean, it's better than that one bullshit European art game.
Oh,
Signalis.
yeah. You love that game.
No.
That game is critically acclaimed.
By you.
No. Oh, you mean
By Mike.
Oh, okay.
No, not you.
Right.
I feel like Sage has gotten so used to all the spider puns that he's like on edge the whole time.
He's on edge, yeah. He's like a guy in the lost court.
That went well.
Fuck. God damn it, there was another one over there.
Oh, you got plenty of fun.
Ah, fuck. Reload, you goddamn. What? Really?
There you go.
Yeah, you
God.
survived somehow.
Somehow.
Hey, good enough.
Oh,
There are so many.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Roll. Get that turret.
Roly poly oly.
Play some Frogger.
Oh, fuck
Your
me.
hacking skill was too low.
You're not good enough at Frogger?
I guess that's a dead end.
You're like a dead end of humanity if you can't Frogger.
I don't know if it's that important.
Frogger is the operating system of Skynet in the future.
Look, man, the Neanderthals died off because their Frogger skills were subpar.
Yeah.
Oh, is this gun overheat or something?
Yeah,
That's
that does. No, that's exactly what was happening.
Just gonna kill these guys one at a time.
They come down here one at a time.
I don't know how, but I never realized Jack Quaid is Dennis Quaid's kid.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they're called the Quaid.
Blue Quaid shoes.
That's an alien race I want to do in the comics.
The
called the Quaid.
Okay, that's pretty good. I like it.
They all look like Randy Quaid with dumb,
The worst
Star
way,
Trek
too.
makeup.
prosthetic on.
Yeah. Are they going to be kind of like those guys from
Damn, stop coming over here.
Star Trek Next Generation?
They're going to be like a mix between Randy Quaid and the Ferengi.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's hideous.
Yeah.
Apparently people are fascinated.
Fantastic Jack Quaid as Max Payne.
Max Payne.
Huh.
Would you see that? Sid?
I think he does have a bit of the like look of like what Sam Lake does.
Uh-huh.
The problem
Is
is
that the guy who was from that movie that was on?
Sam Lake,
No,
Skinamax?
not Skin. The other guy.
the Jack Quaid.
Yeah.
He's like the lead character in The Boys.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is I think there are still images where he kind of has like a similar face that you could see for the character, but Max Payne is a combination of Sam Lake's like physicality and but I really think that well, yeah, I'll wait to say it if you have an ad going. I'll wait a second.
I just remember that I think it was a Toon Show where he was doing a review of a movie.
Okay. Yeah, I was just what I was saying is I think that honestly there's like a little bit of like the visual elements that I could see Jack Quaid kind of doing a Max Payne look, but I don't think he could do the voice. I think you'd have to do it kind of like how the game did it, where it's like maybe he could do the physical part, but you'd have to get like a separate actor to voice that.
Yeah,
I don't think it would work.
He's the guy from Novocaine, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a poster shot or screenshot from Novocaine that's got like cameras like pinpointed from the gun at this angle. That's like a shot straight out of Max Payne.
I remembered it because Toon was talking about it. I couldn't remember what it was.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's true. The voice is not good.
Jack Quaid's got kind of a weak voice for.
You think he could do like?
Max Payne needs to be real. Like, I mean, very memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs that kind of noir detective sort of voice.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to do it with the hard.
But I kind of like my job's new hours. It's like basically 9 to 1 on some days. It'll be
pretty sick.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I get to wake up late, barely work, and then come do this.
Sweet.
No, that's the life.
Is that normal for Tuesdays? Or?
Well, it might be normal for a lot of days.
Oh, okay.
Like, it sounds like I'll either work 4, 6, or 8 hours. Sometimes I just get lucky and work 4 hours on a Tuesday. So.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah. It's kind of a random ass series of hours. But,
Gun overheat. Crazy.
It does. It's high damage though. It's just the.
I mean, it's the best use of your plasma cells.
like if I'd gotten done with my route just a little bit earlier, I would have been here before 2.
Oh wow.
Nice. Oh, it works out pretty well for this stuff.
Yeah.
Explosives are alive. It's coming
Oh
down.
no, the thing. Oh, it's the mining
Oh, the
machine.
dog
Okay.
Rivers. Evans.
Oh, no, Skynet can't farm anymore.
I really thought of Hughie from The Boys and Brad Boimler from St. Louis.
That's the character Jack Quaid does the voice of, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he also played him in live action in one episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
That's right, I do remember you telling me about that.
How is Lower Decks? You watch a lot of that?
I've never seen Lower Decks, but I've
They had a crossover.
Yeah, all I've seen of Lower Decks is that crossover. And I liked him as that character in live action, but I wonder if he plays that character more stupid in the cartoon. I don't know.
I believe No Name's watched a lot of the Lower Decks.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Lower Decks except that it takes place further in the future.
Well, that and it's more.
Yeah, it's like
more by-way Family Guy.
Yeah. Oh, you just did. Oh, what? What happened?
I mean, I liked the two characters I saw from Lower Decks in Strange New Worlds.
when they crossed over.
Yeah. But I don't know if they write them differently.
Lower Decks is fun when you want a Trek show that doesn't take itself seriously. Star Trek usually takes itself pretty seriously.
Yeah, I feel like half the
Sometimes
episodes
it's
are
judgments.
those,
Yeah.
half the episodes are those kind of like retarded episodes you guys tell me about.
Well, but what makes those so funny is that was Star Trek taking itself seriously.
yeah.
Somebody
Very
actually sat
seriously.
down and went, "What if Captain Janeway turned into a lizard?" Oh my god, that's brilliant. This is hard sci-fi.
Yeah, and then the other half of Star Trek I like is when it's hard sci-fi that's good, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean when Star Trek is good, it reaches high and it achieves high. Like those times when it is good, it's great.
Yeah.
And then when it's bad, it's just kind of fun and funny to watch.
I mean,
Some of it's
the
hard.
worst of Star Trek is the best of Star Trek when you smoke enough weed. I don't know if the weed would fix it.
Yeah, I think there's some stuff. There's some Star Trek stuff that is not funny.
I am with you, No Name. I mean, I haven't seen all of Star Trek, but whenever I see bad Star Trek, I laugh my ass off.
There is bad Star Trek that is hilarious.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's
There's
also
both.
bad Star Trek that is like the Africa one.
where it's just unbelievably fucking
Yeah.
racist.
But that sounds like the minority of the most of the episodes sound like
That's the majority of the Enterprise episodes.
Yeah.
wow, sure.
Enterprise is a show we wanted to watch because we thought it would be funny, but it was just so gross.
We
So
couldn't
much
even
going
get
on.
through it.
Oh, really? It's like
Yeah.
Howard the Duck levels.
It was, yeah, honestly,
Wow.
yeah.
Dr. Phlox is like Star Trek's Howard the Duck, yeah.
Jesus. He was the main medical officer.
That's
Yeah, and just in the pilot episode, he gets over. He's like, "Can I have your underwear for smelling?"
For
You don't think that those two over there would let me watch them have sex to you? I want to smell it. That's the first
That's
episode.
actual dialogue.
Yeah, no, I'm not
You didn't make
making
that
any
up.
of that up.
Okay.
That's like word for word what
I
he
feel like
says.
for a long time, and it's probably still the case, people agreed Enterprise was the worst.
Oh,
of
yeah.
Star Trek.
I think it still is. With the only thing rivaling it is season 2 of Picard.
Yeah, Picard is something special.
Yeah, even Section 31 was not as bad as
But I will say that at least Picard is funny bad.
Picard is funny bad. So even Picard is even the worst of that is still a little better than Enterprise.
Yes.
Oh, did you hear that William Shatner wants to get back into Star Trek?
Oh God, does he really?
Yeah, he
Dude,
does.
he's like 90 what?
I know.
Well, Patrick Stewart.
If Patrick Stewart can
you
do it,
know
William
what?
Shatner can do it.
Dude, Kirk and fucking Picard have like a reunion tour.
Dude,
like a,
sure, fuck it.
like a meeting of the Bidens or whatever.
Except one of them's really fat.
One of them's fat. One of them doesn't know where he is.
That would be interesting.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
What the fuck's on me?
Maybe the aircraft.
I think that's really
Oh, wait.
far
That
away.
was the big guy.
They can't follow.
'Cause they've only met once before in continuity, right?
Yeah, that was that generation. Where, like, Kirk dies.
Oh, Kirk died in that one?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be his real death. Is that they thought he died at some point, and then it turned out he didn't really. But he did time travel to the era of Picard, and he dies in Picard's arms or whatever.
Yeah, and then Picard's like...
That's like Kirk's canon death.
And Picard's like, who is this guy?
Picard, no, it gets better than that.
Dude,
it's better than that.
Can I do the one-liner?
Do it.
Okay, because the villain that they're fighting is like, totally doesn't take Kirk seriously and is like talking shit about him and calls him like a fossil and a relic or whatever. And I swear to God that the big one-liner they give Patrick Stewart in like the final like act fight of the movie is he like Kirk gets like pushed off a cliff or whatever, and he's like hanging off like trying to climb back up, and the villain's like taunting him, and Picard like fucking knocks him over the head and is like, his name is James Tiberius Cook. Haven't you ever read a history book?
And you know what's even better than that is when all's said and done and Kirk's dead. Picard's like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I'm just going to toss some rocks on his corpse. And they just squeeze off the planet. Like, they don't even take him up to the ship to give him a proper funeral. Picard's like, rocks are good enough for you.
Basically. After, like, seemingly sticking up for him at first.
Yeah. What the hell?
It's a weird movie.
I hope that thing can't shoot me.
What was the last thing Gnomes said?
Oh, got Shatter coming back without any of the rest of the OG cast, which seems so weird.
Yeah, I would.
But was it just Shatner in that Generation movie?
Yes.
So,
but you had, like, it was the cast of Next Generation with Kirk as a guest star, rather than just Shatner with an entirely brand new cast.
That was First Contact, wasn't it?
Is that First Contact?
Yeah.
None of the other movies have the Borg.
I think that's First Contact.
Yeah. Okay.
That was where he was on the outside of the ship with like, the big ass gun.
Oh yeah, no, that is that one.
Yeah. I know this is heresy, but I didn't think that movie was very good.
I like First Contact. That's the only.
I do also like First Contact.
Yeah, that's the only Next Generation movie that I've seen that I like.
I think it was kind of the trendsetter for what Picard is now, where
it's got to be better than Picard for God's sake.
Well, hear me out.
Okay.
It was the movie where Patrick Stewart went, I'm sick and tired of playing this diplomatic intellectual. That's fucking bullshit. I want to be an action star. So I'm going to throw the entirety of my character from Next Generation in the trash, and he's going to, like, punch out the Borg Queen. He literally, like, at one point, like, he sees, like, his, the wreckage of his ready room or whatever, where he used to have all these, like, all this stuff
from the show.
That part, yeah, and it's like, there's this object, it's the fucking Kurlan Death Star, or whatever the fuck, right? And it's this object that he was, like, obsessed with in the show. It's like the ultimate archaeological find of the millennium or whatever. Yeah. And in the movie, he just picks it up, looks at it, he's like, and he just tosses it.
No,
and it just breaks.
Isn't that scene where he, like, very angrily throws it into the glass, and shit?
Something like that, yeah.
See,
but, like, the thing is it's sort of like, would Picard from the show do that?
Yes, I
don't think he would.
Because in Next Gen, the one thing that always got under his skin was the Borg, and they psychologically fucked him up the show.
The problem with that is he's throwing the fish tank, something like that. The problem with that is they didn't really explore that in the show, and like then the movie wants us to believe that that's like a big deal for him. Like so long after it happened, suddenly he's so angry about this thing. But he wasn't before.
Was it supposed to be? I didn't get. I guess I don't know if it was supposed to be super long after the show.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I do think there was a big time jump.
Yeah, and like also the whole him turning into a Borg thing that was fairly early in Next Generation, right?
I don't recall.
Might have been 4 or 5, I think.
Approaching the computer.
Out of like 9 seasons.
Yeah,
it's like maybe halfway through.
And so like if all this stuff has happened. Since then. It's kind of weird for him to suddenly decide he's pissed about having been a Borg.
I don't know. I bought it. I thought it made sense for his character as something that did always bother him, and this is the movie that got to be that story that dealt with it. And I always liked that scene of where he's in that room with all the like models of past enterprises,
right?
And he like fucking, the Borg have so gotten to him that he like is fucking destroying these pieces of history that he loves, and that was his.
So he's like, I'm going to destroy the history even harder, motherfucker.
No, well, that was his wake up call, because after he does that same actress that's like in Captain America: Civil War, that's with him in the movie. She's like, you broke your little ships or whatever, and that was from that point on, he realizes like, oh, I've let my emotions get the best of me, and he gets them under control at that moment, and then
I don't know. I mean, because then it's not that long until we get to the final fight with the Borg Queen, where everybody just sort of pointlessly fucks around, and he's basically one scene away from giving like an edgy one-liner when he breaks her spine or whatever.
Yeah, but the movies generally are more action-oriented than the TV show.
I know, and that's fine. It's not the action I have a problem with. It's just that they sort of undercut what Picard's character was without, I feel like, giving sufficient grounds to do so.
Oh, I mean, I bought it.
Like I said, I know this is a hot take. This is probably a minority opinion. This is how I feel.
Just because, like, all the other... Just like I know generally.
Oh, God. Oh, I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it.
He stepped on.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I can't see either because it's so red.
That's gold. I also thought it was kind of stupid that they're like, we're going to the past. Let's not bring any future technology that could disrupt people's perception of the timeline. Also, Data, you're with. And then Data, like, eats an entire round of assault rifle ammo, and everybody's like, yeah, that's not going to disrupt anyone's perception of the timeline.
I forgot Data being in the past. I thought Data was in the present mostly of the movie because the Borg Queen is, like, slowly grafting, like, human skin onto him.
That's later. Stuff. That's later in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't remember the past.
No, because there's a scene where they go to the past, and there's the...
Yeah, I remember Riker and maybe Donna Troy being in the past.
Well, there's a scene specifically where the one chick has a rifle and she like points it at them in the past, right? And then Data like hops down from like, I don't know, 7 stories up or some bullshit, and he lands right in front of her, and just eats an entire fucking like magazine of assault rifle. Data also just hang out with Samuel Clemens in the show, and everyone somehow believed he was Hispanic.
Okay,
that's funny.
I mean, I will certainly give you that it's the Borg one, First Contact. It's probably the best of the Next Generation movies.
No, that's what I think because like
you just dislike all of them.
I do
in their totality.
Because like I've heard Generations isn't that good, and then the only other one I've seen is Nemesis, and that one's definitely not good.
Ooh. Oh, there's Insurrection.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Ooh, I think that's the one with the race cars.
Is it the worst one?
I think that's the worst one. Yeah. Is that also the one where Worf has the purple space? It might be.
I haven't actually seen that one. I was genuinely asking.
Yeah. The Next Generation just didn't know.
Or first 2 seasons.
Also, no. Or a good last season.
Last 2 seasons.
Yeah. I say that as someone who has fond memories of Next Generation. It's just that there's a lot of shittiness involved. Generations was fun, but not as good as I remember it.
Oh, after like revisiting it more recently. I definitely haven't revisited it. The last Star Trek show that I have spent time watching was when we tried watching Enterprise.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Section 31.
But we knew that was going to be trash, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we wanted to watch it because it was trash. And then it was, like, so unbelievably bad that we were like, never mind.
I hear that Voyager is having kind of a renaissance on streaming these days.
Really? Yeah. Voyager? It's better than Enterprise, but still not great.
Voyager occasionally had a good episode, but mostly
security forces.
What'd I tell you? Skynet's just a predictable piece of computer software. We can
that lizard episode is wild.
The plan is simple.
It's so stupid.
The lizard's at the fucking peak evolution of humankind.
Yeah, if you want a good Star Trek show, I say go for Space.
That's what Michael says.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I've heard it's good.
I've only heard good things, really.
Of the new Trek shows.
Well, except for the Red Letter Media review. That's the one time.
Of the new Trek shows, I thought Discovery's first season was really good.
I actually did too.
And then I guess I didn't.
I thought season 2 was
I didn't watch further
too,
seasons, so I can't comment on those.
I thought season 3 is where that show lost me.
Yeah. But I remember Sage saying how good Spock was, so then when I saw that same Spock was in Strange New Worlds, I watched that one, and and that show works for me as a almost traditional, old school kind of Trek show.
Sure. Are we supposed to take pictures of that?
I don't know. I can't move.
Assign targets for. What does it say?
It's for like the sniper, but I don't see anything to do that.
Do we have to find enemies?
Oh,
Like that? There you go. There you go.
But yeah, I always think it's kind of an indictment of modern times in a sense that they don't make a new Trek show that is supposed to be like, okay, this is in the what would be the present like of Trek continuity. It's like
kind of always
like,
a prequel.
Yeah. It's like it's not like a few.
Except for Lower Decks.
Apparently.
That's the one thing. That's the
right. But I thought that's
so I feel like
even further.
That gets off kind of easy.
Yeah, it's like way far.
But that gets off kind of easy. So much of it is comic.
No, totally. It's just funny that like what you're saying is that they like don't set them in the present or post the other series, but then that one does.
Because like Next Generation took a few years after the original series.
Yeah.
You know? And they haven't had a series like that.
Well, quite a few.
Right. But I'm just saying they haven't had a Trek series like that in a while that takes place a number of years after the last one. But it's like, okay, this would be kind of the present of where we're telling stories right now.
Lower Decks and the Discovery has a huge time jump, but questionable if it's the same timeline after that.
And that's the thing. It's like, all the other shows worked within.
Did you guys see any other ones?
No, I don't. Are we supposed to find more of them?
Well, I still am not allowed to move, so
all right,
I'm assuming.
all right. Look up on the top of the tower, maybe. Anybody up there?
Got up there a few times.
Nah, it's right. Keep going down to the right. Yeah, like around that area. Come on. Fucking bitch ass turtle.
Like, I mean, I literally can't move until I.
Alright, maybe they're on the ground, like, ahead of you rather than on the battlements.
And again, you can kind of blame Enterprise for that, for also choosing to be a prequel show.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely.
First one to do it.
So that threw it off a little bit, how they used to make Trek.
Enterprise fucked up a lot of the
Let's move. This way.
Yeah.
Well, that's also why at the end they were like, it was a historical reenactment.
Yeah. So maybe there's no writing that course after Enterprise, but I feel like, the way you used to make a Trek show is it'd be a few years after the last one, and it would be able to, in sometimes, comment on stuff. Although Trek was pretty good at just commenting on universal sort of human subjects and topics. And
I do also feel like for example, like Next Generation didn't really bring up stuff from the original series that much. Voyager was in its own part of the universe and didn't really go after other pre-established Trek stuff that much. Oh, well, you got a friend.
I'll have a rocket launcher this time.
I guess I don't know about Deep Space Nine.
Yeah,
Deep Space Nine is kind of simultaneously taking place with Next Generation, isn't it?
I think so. Making a historical reenactment with Scott Bakula.
That's true. That Scott Bakula has been an actor in the world of Star Trek, playing the captain in the show that they're watching. That is Next Generation.
Does that mean that Dr. Phlox is actually a creeper at the actor playing him?
Maybe that actor is like a really good dude, but he just had to play this horrible person because that's what the guy was like.
I mean, that dude was like Dr. Warcraft too.
Yeah.
Like in addition to being creep.
He was like an After Dark Nickelodeon type thing.
And he was like a fucking Operation Paperclip recruited Nazi
He was.
Post World War II.
He actually was, though. I mean, he literally advocated for genocide.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
He'd just be like, we should do this to solve our problem this episode.
Yeah, that whole race is going to go extinct, but isn't that a good thing?
But there is so much modern strife in the world that is ripe to be commented on by current Trek shows without like directly commenting on.
Yeah,
well, that's where
Picard
Picard falls down because it tries to do that, and it's like, well, what if all the Star Trek characters were in an ICE detention facility
in 2023?
Yeah.
Right. But it's just like you know, if you had some of the writers from the 90s, like from Next Generation, I feel like they would be better equipped to comment on some of the politics of our time without it being a direct analog.
Well, you know, one of the big strengths and weaknesses of old Star Trek is that they change writers like every episode.
Yeah.
That's why you get such great stuff mixed in with such bad stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes you'd have somebody who had like a genuinely intelligent vision for like a sci-fi short story to put onto track, and then other times you get a racist ass clown.
You know, and
that episode of the first season was actually directed by a literal Klansman.
Yeah, like just absolutely
Yeah.
white supremacist.
wow.
Like straight up.
Yeah, like when Gene Roddenberry like found out who they had like filming it,
Yeah,
he was,
like, later
he
on.
was pissed off.
Yeah.
He was pissed off. This is actually during production even.
Well, it was in the middle of production.
Yeah,
okay.
because like he showed up on set when they were like halfway through shooting the thing. He's like, "What the fuck are we making?" And he like fired the guy on the spot.
Well, that's cool.
Most of the cast have talked about that being like their least favorite episode. They've all been like trying to get it
Jonathan
banned for
Frakes
years.
tried for years to get it taken down.
Yeah, Jonathan Frakes has basically been trying to get it banned entirely in court since it aired for like 30 years.
That's the silver lining of that episode. Is at least we learned that Jonathan Frakes is actually a good guy.
Yeah, the cast.
Feels like a leftover script. TOS wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I disagree. I think the original series is actually less offensive
Yeah.
than some of this stuff in Next Generation. It's weirdly more...
Because I feel like that was... Gene Roddenberry had a bit more control over that.
The original series.
Yeah, and he was a weird, horny bastard, but as far as I could tell, he wasn't a weird racist bastard.
He was not. You know, the stuff that's going to age the least well, and
there are a couple that's definitely more on the nose.
Yeah, in the original series, is they're going to be trying to comment on race in an intelligent way, and sometimes they're going to fumble it.
Cover. So they did some stupid stuff like the half black, half white.
Yeah,
those were weird.
But, like that's not the same thing as what Code of Honor.
No.
That was somebody with intentions that were at least not like evil. But
That's somebody doing a bad job.
Yeah.
But it's not somebody like out and out doing it because they hate,
Yeah, Code of Honor was like legitimately racist propaganda.
Like it was intentional to be that way too.
Yeah.
Terminators!
But I'm just saying, I feel like modern Trek should be taking some of those chances to comment on some things.
Oh yeah,
and sure that they and I think they should take that gamble of fucking it up sometimes.
Sure,
maybe
So,
not to that.
Well, how else are you going to have successes, right?
Right.
So, yeah, at least take the risk.
That's one show where I think longer episodes or more episodes in the season would help Star Trek a little bit. You know?
No, I totally agree. Totally agree. I think that's dead on.
Because if you just have like 12, 13, 10 episodes, it's like you want to nail everyone.
And I feel like more often than not, because of the structure of modern television, they're trying to do like this single narrative that is the season.
Yeah, you get more filler, but there's more chance for great episodes.
Yeah, I think that's a show that benefits from it. Absolutely.
I think current modern season should be like 20, 18 episodes or something.
Sure.
So it's like, it's not as long-winded as 24. That's a lot. But
That's sort of the advantage a lot of the older series have, when they're sort of more anthology.
And it was just such a different time of television in terms of what you did or what you... I mean, the format. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I think's benefited greatly from the shortened episode span, but Star Trek is not one of them.
I feel the same way about other sci-fi stuff, too, like Doctor Who, for example. Like, old school Doctor Who, you would get some episodes that were just fucking rock stupid. But then every once in a while, you get something like Genesis of the Daleks, which actually has some cool stuff to say. And, like...
That's exactly where I put, like, Star Wars, Star Trek, and Doctor Who in, like, the same fucking category. Because they all fuck up, like, 90% of their content.
Fairly happy for Gilmore, too, though.
Oh, God. I am not looking forward to them doing a new one of those. That just seems like such a desperate attempt to recapture, like, this era.
Well, I'm sure the only person that wanted to make it was Adam Sandler.
Probably. I mean, and maybe not even him. I feel like that's entirely possible.
Is it Happy Madison, the same company, like, producing that movie? Or?
I think it's a Netflix doing it.
Happy Gilmore, too. Adam just needs to care.
Yeah. I mean, not that it means anything if it's still Happy Madison doing it, but, you know.
Right. I do think it's Netflix that's funding it, though. Because he signed that contract with Netflix for, like, the next 8 movies or something.
Well, Happy Madison was just Adam Sandler's, like, company
to
develop film. So
I don't think that he could do anything with them until after his, like, contract with Netflix, like, ends.
Okay.
It's like you have to make these 9 movies, like contractually with us or something like that. I don't know how many of them he's done, but I know this is one of them. We're pretty far without any healing items.
Netflix owns Sandler.
Yeah.
For now, they do.
They own his ass.
They have the soul and it.
He got his soul sucked.
Yep.
Are you excited for Mortal Kombat 2?
I'm so not excited for
Will you see that in the theaters?
Fuck no. Fuck no, dude.
What if we get you a ticket?
I don't care.
And just you have to go.
Yeah, we won't get tickets for us. We'll just get one for you as a gift.
We need to get off this catwalk.
We'll all pull together so we won't have to spend this much money.
Well, you guys heard it here.
No!
Sage hates Mortal Kombat now.
Hate the movie.
Yeah, Sage, you're not a real Mortal Kombat fan.
Anyone that's a real fan is not like that movie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, it is that sort of like, yeah. It's totally that sort of dialogue.
This is one of the more action-packed parts of the game.
And like I said, if the whole game was stuff like this, I'd be into it, the whole thing.
Most of the time, it's just boring-ass, dumbass stealth.
It is, yeah. Or you sit around in a
my
ruined house talking to some chick about nothing.
Yeah, looking at her ass.
But we haven't been able to do that in the DLC.
Yeah, what the hell, Sage?
We looked at one chick's ass, but it was before you got back last time.
Damn.
Yeah,
you missed it.
Oh no, I remember you guys talking about it.
Terminator.
Yeah.
Ass check.
Yeah, you guys were gooning hard.
Oh, we were gooning.
Yeah, oh yeah. You're the absolute gooners, but I don't know.
Holy
You're the boomer gooners of this.
Man, just for that, we're gonna have to find you a monkey game.
We have a monkey game.
Oh, do we?
We don't.
Yeah, dude, I got Rise of Kong.
Oh, fuck yeah!
We don't have to play it. Though.
Oh, you wanted some gooning.
We're
You're
gonna
get
play
some
all of
gooning.
it, just like Gollum.
Gooning the Bayonetta. Well, now there's a spider in it.
Right.
What the?
There were a whole bunch of spiders the last time Sage was playing it. There was
What?
There was no, shut up. There was a scene. There was literally a scene where like a bunch of spiders surround a guy and they like cover him in webbing.
Oh,
and they're, like,
shit.
They're like crawling up on him. And Sage was literally sitting there. And he was going, "I wish that was me."
Sage,
The fuck I was?
That's like a spider bukkake
Dude,
for Sage.
Yeah,
That happened, motherfucker.
God,
There's video evidence.
Outta here.
Sage,
Just watch the last Bayonetta stream. You're gonna see all those spiders, man.
It's all in here.
Oh, these are the Arnolds.
Oh, are they?
I think these are Arnold. Oh,
That's not
does not
Arnold.
look
no,
like
never
that.
mind.
That's
it's not.
generic.
Well,
man.
I just saw the
Fine.
body in the thing. I thought that was going to be what it was.
They do not have the rights to Arnold's ass in this.
But how do
movie.
I know that?
I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to get.
Yeah.
What's Arnold doing?
Mortal Kombat did it.
Yeah.
So far,
Yeah.
I
everything.
mean, I know
Granted,
this
they
is
have money.
I know this is a lower budget.
NetherRealm
game,
actually
but-
has money.
Oh yeah.
It says in here that the implementation.
Well, also doesn't
of the
Time
system
Warner own
102 is
Terminator?
finished.
Do they?
Doesn't Time Warner own Terminator?
I don't know who owns Terminator right now.
Who owns? Do we know
anybody
who owns
want to own
Terminator?
Terminator?
Nobody wants Terminator. Nobody's gay for Terminator. anymore.
Oh, that was great.
And why
That
are we
was a
moving
perfect
forward?
callback.
Because we need to burn this fucker to the ground.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, we gotta wait for Oscar.
Oh yeah. The
None of you know how
commander
to
is,
fucking work.
the commander isn't going to
Chief,
do
let the
anything to
production
be
line slide.
leading the
How
fucking
about
squad.
we focus on the ones shooting at us? 12
Nobody's
o'clock.
shooting at us.
There's more of them on the other side.
I will say the one
Running low on ammo.
weird racial thing that Star Trek kind of did back in the day, where it wasn't intended to be racist.
Right.
A lot of times they did that Native American stuff.
Down.
I don't think Michael Fight could hear you.
Oh, when they were trying to do Native American stuff on Star Trek, I feel like that
okay.
wandered more into like the
Stereotype kind of.
yeah, and that was less of like code of honor style racism and more sort of just the idiots trying to come up with a Native American plot they didn't think was racist, but it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, in the 60s, like...
Oh, I mean 90s.
Oh, this was next generation.
Yeah, and also wait.
Why, yeah. Yeah, I've certainly seen less of Voyager and Deep Space Nine. I mean, those are the ones where, like,
they're so bad you can't even fucking start getting through.
Well, it's just like I feel like if you've seen a lot of those, you're more of a true in the weeds Trekkie.
Sure.
If you've seen a lot of Voyage and Deep Space Nine, then you're like somebody who really fucking.
How many people have seen all of Enterprise out there?
Not very many, I feel like.
I think most Trekkies are fine disowning Enterprise.
Just start a walking. What do we do? Okay, I guess that worked.
Where to now? First, let's take out those drones.
There's like 10 people here, so they were just like, alright.
It's health part
We need to deactivate those laser barriers.
Maybe take it back up for like story or something.
Probably.
Don't stop hitting me. Nope, stop fucking, don't shoot me.
They're trying. Oh yeah, there's the TNG episode with Leslie and the native colonized planet that Enterprise needs to evict them from the planet to Cardass.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about that recently.
Yeah, we did. About that long ago we were talking about that episode.
That was a bad episode.
That was terrible.
And then, just the one dude from Voyager. They made a big stink about, it's the first Native American character who's like an officer on the bridge or whatever. And then, what makes him a Native American character? Well, he's got some tattoos over his eye, and he talks about some spirit all the time, and he doesn't get any real dialogue, because he's supposed to be the spiritual guy. To the point where the actor who was playing him just sort of stopped giving a fuck after a while. He's like, his character's shit. And so, like, the actor would look like he was asleep, like in every other scene.
Yeah.
Chakotay stuff in Voyager is pretty split between trying to do it well, but they tie his fake tribe to an alien or something.
Alien species.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a true Trekkie is someone that's seen most of the original series, Next Generation, Voyager, and Deep Space Nine, and they speak some Klingon.
You ain't getting me to go see that Snow White movie, dude.
Oh, because you guys... Oh, come on, you love Snow White.
No,
that's your
I mean, I don't give that much of a fuck about Snow White to begin with, but...
You love CGI dwarf.
Oh my gosh.
She fucked all those dwarves, dude.
I don't want to see that.
You don't?
I don't think that's the plot of that movie.
Oh.
Yeah, they mined her ass or whatever they did.
I like that you just ran into this vent while everybody else is dying.
I mean, I think that's what I was supposed to do.
That's how you survive wars. You hide in the vent.
That's true. Video games have taught me that.
Are they? Maybe they're doing like a last stand for me while I do something else. I thought they were already. I thought they already got in here.
Yeah, I thought they were coming.
What's your status?
Still looking.
Radio in as soon as you found that computer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I haven't seen that much of Voyager. I've only seen a handful of episodes, but
they're all terrible.
I will say again, there's the very rare occasional good episode in a sea of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Trek reinforces that too, unless they're venting plasma hiding the Jeffries tubes. Yeah.
Yep. What the hell?
The best episode of Deep Space Nine I've seen is still the Space Age episode.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine to me, I mean, still, Enterprise I do think is overall worse, but Deep Space Nine still feels like just so bad from what I've seen. I could not watch that show. I physically could not get through it. And I gave it a real chance.
I feel like every other episode was about that fucking Ferengi guy in his damn bar.
That Ferengi was in it a lot.
Yeah.
He was definitely
Is he like the main character?
He was a main character.
I gotta get you two to watch
Far Beyond the Stars. I think it's the best episode of Trek ever.
What series is that from?
That's from Deep Space Nine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it about the Ferengi guy?
I'm almost there. I can see them.
Because there's a couple random episodes my brother's shown me of Deep Space, either Voyager or Deep Space Nine, that he's like, these ones are actually good, So I don't remember what they're called. But,
sure.
And it's like I'm not really intimate with the characters of those shows, so I always forget who they are.
Barriers are down.
Which one is Janeway, the captain of?
That's Voyager.
That's Voyager.
She's the female captain.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
The one who was forced to be pregnant with lizard babies. I don't think Quark is in it at all, but the actor is. See, that's how I believe you that episode could be good now because that character isn't in it.
That could be what does it.
How was the actor in it and not Quark?
Maybe he's just
He probably
doubling
just
up
plays
as another
someone
guest
else.
star.
Yeah.
Since he had so much makeup on, I could
Well, sure.
see you having him as like maybe a human character,
Farrell,
like
Yeah.
a separate.
Interesting. So the actor was good. It wasn't his fault.
That's one.
I think it really was the writing.
I
Add
don't
it
know
up.
why you would choose to focus on it so much.
He was like, it was all the show was about. It was about him in this damn bar.
Yeah.
And he'd sit around
That's
dressing up as women.
And
Right
him just being
behind
kind of a greedy asshole.
Yeah, he was just kind of a piece of shit.
I mean, that's kind of what the Ferengi were, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, we need to get some distance.
I
between
don't
us
know
and that
why
generator.
they.
Let's move.
I felt like that
Stay
kind of
here
reinforced
long enough.
racism a little bit.
A little bit. A little
Like,
bit.
all the alien races are fine except for the Ferengi. They're
Yeah, and
all-
everybody's like, fuck those guys. I can see it, yeah.
Yeah,
Reese.
man.
I think we're far
I
enough.
mean, I don't think that was like
Do
intentionally them trying to.
No, that's
No,
more
no,
coincidental,
no.
I think.
It
Yeah.
was just bad writing. As opposed to intentional. Like, oh, we're going to be looking.
We'll make it.
Will we?
I'm not so sure about that, bro.
It's already exploding, and I feel like we're not that close to the exit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're
These are just
closer than I think.
cinematic explosions. They can't hurt.
I guess the door's there.
Through the main gate.
I feel like this could easily be the end of the game.
It does
right?
kind of have that air of finality.
I hope it is.
Yeah, you're ready to move on.
I mean, I'm actually enjoying this part of it, this whole level, but
So start with the stereotype Next Generation created and over the seven series show more. But all they showed was the dude in his bar
And he-
obsessing over naked tits and money.
Yeah, and he was always a greedy piece of shit.
Yeah.
I feel like it made it worse.
And then like
not
his
helping
buddy was like an
anyone.
idiot. That was it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really reinforcing any positive stereotypes there.
Unless you're just trying to say greedy and horniness is good. I don't know.
I mean, Gene
How are you
Roddenberry,
feeling about all
Yeah.
this?
I think he did.
What?
he was the one who came up with
Watch
them and was
mission or
obsessed
becoming
about the
Skynet's
idea
new
that their
face?
women don't wear clothes.
True.
Too.
Gene Roddenberry.
They would select you.
What do you
His
mean?
brother and his nephew were like
I
actually
think that
down to
an
earth. His
infiltration
nephew
unit
becomes a
would
war
want to
hero.
blend in
All right, well, that's cool, I
and be
guess.
less-
Less what?
Not him though.
No.
So is he like literally like the black sheep of his family?
People find me
I
intimidating.
thought it was always that like
Laugh
the
all
other
you
ones
want,
were
but
the
life
black
after
sheep,
getting
but,
back
like,
is
'cause
gonna
they
look
weren't
very
greedy
different.
pieces of shit. I don't know.
Getting clearance from brass is going to be an even bigger pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
you're
right,
gonna
brass
get
and
a lot
ass.
of
Good job.
looks.
Huh.
What? What's wrong?
I've seen it already. I saw that look the day they freed us from that facility. I was locked in a cell, cramped
Why
with
does
dozens
Skynet
of
take
people
precedence?
standing shoulder
I don't
to
know.
shoulder.
Skynet's an idiot.
Skynet is an idiot. The more time you spend on any of these things,
Blast.
Skynet just seems dumber and dumber and dumber as it goes along.
Well, you know what? That could work out for us because soon we have those
I was sure
robots
that
in
they
the books.
started
That's true.
exterminating
They're like
cages
drunk
one
as
by
fuck.
one.
Yeah.
And it was just
That's
a
a good
matter
point.
of time before it was our turn.
No, I mean, I'd certainly be
Then we
willing to
heard
watch
someone
these two
yell.
episodes, though, that
Turned
you're talking
out it was
about,
a
No Name.
tech commune.
I mean, what I always hear,
Among the
Quark is the
soldiers,
traditional
there he
Ferengi, and the
was.
richest are the ones that have ships and power,
John
and those who
Connor
represent the
himself.
everyman. Okay.
Okay.
The
He
problem with
opened the
Deep Space
cage and we
Nine,
all started cheering.
I always hear
And
it's the
then
greatest
something
Trek show
happened.
ever after the first
In a
three
room
seasons.
full of
Right.
people jumping
Well, you
for
have to get
joy.
through those first three seasons
Connor
in order to
noticed
get there,
me.
and that is so hard.
Yeah, because that's what I tried. I genuinely tried at one point. And I think I
His
gave
eyes
up
stayed on me
around the
just
end
a
of the first
second too
season. I
long.
just was like, oh my god, I can't.
At that moment, I
Because it's got
started
so much
fearing
just
for my
filler
life
and
again.
trash.
It was as
I don't
if
know.
in a
And,
split
and I
second
believe
he
it
was
very well
figuring out
could
whether
get
to
to be
shoot me or
great at
not.
a certain point, but
Not the
I just
entire
don't know how
cage.
much
I don't know.
can sit through physically.
I don't know if it ever gets as bad as like
Saved.
they unfortunately have enough context that it makes it hard. Yeah.
Because I think that's the difference. Whereas, like, I think you could argue Next
You
Next
must
Generation at least doesn't
That's
really
actually
get
why I wanted to
great
leave.
until season 3.
I wanted
Yeah.
to ask
But
if it
I
was
also
just
think that those
imagining
episodes
things.
are better at just kind
Yes,
of being
I've
like,
been
yeah, you
honest.
could just start with season 3 if you just
Never in
want to
my
skip
life
ahead,
did I
and
feel
you're
so
not going to
helpless.
really lose
I was
anything
boiling
Yeah,
with
in terms of understanding the characters
So I'm
that much.
out of there.
Like, I feel like you could just jump to the great episodes and just watch them.
With your
Yeah.
bare hands.
You don't have to sit through those shitty ones.
Yeah.
Whereas with Deep Space Nine, if
It's a
what
lot
No
to
Name is saying is
process.
true,
It needs
you
time
have to sit through those shitty episodes
Yeah.
so that when the good episodes do eventually happen, you have the context for like the staging of them.
Well, my understanding
which
is
makes it
that
harder.
old school pre Deep Space Nine Star Trek is more episode based, right? It's more
Yeah.
based on what the plot and whatnot. Whereas Deep Space Nine is more character based,
I can't
Yeah.
believe it.
and
Outsmarted
each
by
character
an
has an
outdated piece of
arc that
fucking junk.
matters
A
from the
computer
beginning to the
program
end.
more
Right.
than any
But
The
I-
one
problem
of
is you have to watch them play fucking
need
like
a break
weird,
source.
shitty like VR
Might as well.
games, and then fuck
Seems
around
that
in their
all this
bar
time
all
spent
day.
on coming up with
Both
a plan
Voyager
is
and DS9
getting us
try to
nowhere.
find their feet while being more linear.
Wanna
TNG
join me?
definitely has its pros and
Yeah.
cons. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Michael?
Yes,
I was just gonna say I've never cared about the Deep Space Nine or Voyager characters as
Yeah,
much
yeah.
as the Next Generation characters.
Yeah, I mean, at least from what I've
Yeah.
seen, they just don't have never seemed as iconic or
No, and
memorable.
it just seemed like Next Generation episodes, like throw on most
dark
any
years are
random
still to
episode
come.
Next Generation. Almost any episode gives you a good shorthand of who the main
Yeah.
characters
Yes,
of that
absolutely.
episode are.
and
Like,
so
you
does the
understand-
original
even
series
worse,
too.
you
Both of
Yeah.
those do that really well.
But Voyager or Deep
Messages
Space
to people
Nine, I
I've
always
never
had a
even
hard
met.
time, like,
It feels like he's
instantly
putting me through
kind of
tests,
knowing those
you know?
characters.
Right, what their
Comparing me.
personality types
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
I feel like part of Star
Some
Trek's
grand
problem,
scheme.
like from Next Generation afterwards, it's sort of embraced more of like the
There used to be
soap
a
opera
surprise to that
aspect of
question.
itself. With like
Sure.
you have to watch these
That
episodes.
100% in Deep
Yeah.
Space Nine, from what I have seen.
And like Next Generation had a bit of that problem, but it had enough like self-containedness to its episodes where you could sort of ignore a lot of that.
Right.
But Deep Space Nine is like, no, this is a soap opera. You're going to watch it if you want to give a fuck.
Right. And that's where I just struggled.
Yeah.
That's where I really struggled watching that.
Yeah, I think they,
What the hell is all this?
any current Star Trek show needs to do a good job
envy you,
of
Rivers.
drafting a
You've
character
at least
that
got
is
something
kind
to
of
fight for.
just interesting initially just by premise of the character.
Right, you
Like,
should be able to see one scene of them, regardless of when that scene is happening,
yeah.
and kind of get a feel for them.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll do everything to get my father out of there.
Oh, I didn't know our father was somewhere. We had a dad this whole time.
Well, no, remember
That's a
that?
twist.
No, remember that flashback at the beginning of the DLC?
Oh, you're right. The guy got hit by a rocket and some. Wait, he's still alive? Are you shitting me? So the rocket couldn't kill him. The flamethrower couldn't finish him off. But he's still in a prison camp. He's been there for God knows how many decades.
30
at this
years.
point. Is this dude invincible? Does he have God mode on? What is
He
going
must be
on?
a Terminator.
Apparently.
Wait, was our dad Anselmo?
Wait, what?
What?
That old Joe
There's a
Biden guy?
place in this whole puzzle for every one of us.
What?
Oh no, I don't.
Oh,
that was
no,
that was
that was Nosferatu. But our dad was the dude who was apparently immune to weapons.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, he gets like
Okay.
point blank shot in the face with a rocket, survives. Then he gets like burned with a flamethrower. And then it seemed like he was dead at the end of that flashback, but now we're finding out that wasn't enough.
Is he like the
Either.
Wow, our
Slayer?
dad's
Like,
Our dad's Rasputin?
apparently, with Skynet, like, I can't kill you. I'll drop a prison on your ass. Like, is
Like the
that?
Doom guy?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Now, if you don't mind, I got something to do before we leave.
I got a jerk off question.
No,
Oh, hey, it might be his last
I need a
chance.
word with Pharaoh.
Oh, he needs a word with Pharaoh.
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go. There you go.
Well, you go. You do your thing, I guess.
You go and load your load.
You passed up your chance with Jennifer.
Fuck Jennifer.
I only wanted Commander Baron.
Well, you passed up your chance with her too.
This changes
Really?
nothing.
Oh.
So keep your head up.
She's like,
What
just
changes what?
She's like, just because you got me good head doesn't mean.
I don't know. Maybe because if there's one mission that's worth pursuing, it's this
Yeah, we
one.
gotta rescue your invincible
Gives me
dad so we
purpose.
can use him as a human shield
I
from
was
now
heading
on.
into a
That's a
dangerous
good
place
idea.
after that last assignment. Like nothing was keeping me here. And that maybe I was supposed to
Tie his
die.
ass
Yeah.
in the
again.
front of a tank.
I started to
Tank
feel like I was
safe.
living on borrowed time.
Damn, this lady thinks
Yeah.
too much for like being
I
in
know
a
how it
war.
sounds.
I mean, you gotta think a little
But
bit,
now I
right?
know what I'm
Right,
doing,
but
and that gives me hope.
everything she's talking about is like existential, like,
I've got some things to do.
They're trying to do the war movie
Apologize
thing,
to Evans.
you know,
He's
yeah.
all right.
like some like DOS
And so are
boat
you.
shit, you know, where
Thanks for
where
always
you got
checking in
these
on me,
soldier
Evans.
characters who sort of wax poetically on like the situation they're in, right? Except this isn't Das Bo; it doesn't have the writing of Das Bo. What? That's a good movie.
No, it is. It is. It's just thinking about this compared to
I
that.
know,
It's like,
yeah.
good God.
Yeah, I just, I feel like the one dramatic thing.
The gap between.
I just feel like the dramatic thing you could do with almost all Terminator resistant soldier characters is that I would assume that everybody's just in the military.
Yeah, I mean,
And
should be.
So
you're either military or you're dead. Those are your choices.
Yeah. So your family's in the military, so they would have familial connections, like, hey, my dad's a lieutenant or whatever. Like, you know, everybody.
Right.
That's the most I think you could kind of connect with these soldiers. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that is something they don't really hit on, I feel like.
No, I don't think so.
I just don't get why Skynet has a prison camp. Like, are we doing?
It doesn't make any sense.
Like, is Skynet the Nazis? Like, I don't understand.
Too few, and there's no rescue.
Like, why would they be? They can't think the same like a human being.
They would have no reason to have humans in captivity at all. It would just shoot them.
If you want to leave, just say the word.
I still think it's a great point to bring up. I don't remember which one you said this earlier, but why don't they just use the nukes again?
Yeah.
I think that was Michael's.
Yeah, like why don't they just do that again?
Well, that's something I've always. It's just like if they used all the nukes that that were available.
Yeah. The radiation would definitely be a problem.
The Earth would be so poisoned that humans couldn't live there.
I mean, shit. Skynet wouldn't even need like a proper like atomic bomb. It could just drop like dirty nukes into the atmosphere on a regular basis. That would do it,
right? And then if they only used some of the nukes, then they could use more once the resistance is around.
Yeah,
right. Exactly.
Like, oh well, here's a resistance stronghold. I'm not going to bother infiltrating it. I'll just drop a nuke on it.
Yeah, even if humans did somehow survive all of the nukes being dropped some ridiculous way, it shouldn't be that hard for Skynet to make more.
Has Skynet never heard of tactical nukes? It could arm every one of its giant ass tanks and aircraft with a tactical nuke. So the moment the humans show up and are like maybe winning a battle, Skynet could go, well, no, you don't. I'm just going to nuke you now.
What's happening here?
Yeah, that's the thing that I feel like Terminator
never
the franchise doesn't address. So.
I suppose that's why Terminator might have been at its strongest when it didn't focus on the future war stuff.
Right.
Just because then it doesn't really...
You don't ask as many questions.
Yeah, it doesn't make you focus on how that war is being fought. It lets you sort of fill in the gap with your own imagination.
Yeah, that's certainly true.
And all these more recent things that have been like, oh, well, let's do the future war. That'd be cool. They don't really put thought into how to make it work.
Yeah, have it be like logical in some capacity.
I mean, fucking Genesis with the Terminators scanning each other as IDs.
Let's move.
There's an extraction point prepared
people
for you.
When they're writing these Terminator stories, they don't really think about what it means to be fighting a robot.
That I take my extra round of pain meds and after that. Man, no worries. Appreciate you hanging out.
Yeah.
Hopefully get just some good rest.
Focus your fire!
Invite you for more shitting on Star Trek.
No name had a gallbladder surgery.
Oh,
damn.
Ouch.
Yeah, yes, I'm gonna watch a movie over Discord a little later. Just hang out with him a little bit. He's not feeling the best.
Gallbladder surgery.
I'm hit! Firing! Let's get moving!
Are you seeing that? HK tank in the distance!
We'll deal with it when the time comes!
Fucking shut up.
Contact!
Go!
Rubbers!
Watch out for
Rubbers!
What are you talking about?
We're gonna fuck whatever's in front of us!
We need more rubbers down there.
Well, that might actually work against Skynet. Skynet would be confused and won't react.
Those people will run straight into it!
Fuck them all to death!
Just a bunch of dudes charging across the battlefield, their pants down.
Yeah, but be safe about it.
We don't want to catch robot STDs. Skynet has like HK.
Yeah, HKSTV.
Come on. There we go. The last, like, 2 levels or so have been kind of more what I've been wanting out of the game in general. What is even hitting me?
Probably just the thing that is strongest.
Stay low!
It's getting me, like, even when I, like, duck back behind the.
Ah, fuck! I've got this! Keep firing!
I also wonder, why does Skynet have so few Terminators? You'd think it could just afford to flood every battlefield with like hundreds of them.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like equal to the number of humans walking around, right? It'd be like crazy mass-produced. There wouldn't even be like a chance at dealing with like the numbers of them, or like.
Yeah.
Well, they'd have to start, kind of
I'll get them to safety.
making their own
You need to keep
steel,
going.
importing their own steel.
Sure?
But Skynet's
Don't
already
worry
doing
about
that.
me. Just
Right.
It's making them, so.
Right, but I'm just, and then that does create an opportunity for humans to blow up their steel.
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, I think that would be fine if
Yeah.
like, the reason Skynet's on the back foot is because of human sabotage and creativity and dealing with these armies and stuff. But that's not really what's being shown to us.
It's just when you start spending time in this,
Oh, yeah.
it's like, well, are we doing that really? Or, like,
Well, you could definitely. I think you could.
I wish that was what we were seeing happen in this game.
As much as I rag on this, I do think you could take the future war and make it like this cool, like well thought out thing. It's just that Terminator usually just kind of lazy.
Well, in the Sarah Connor Chronicles, that always had interesting story segments set in the future. Not all, and not every episode.
No, but that did actually
episodes.
think us through.
Yeah. And usually the future segments were interesting in a philosophical sort of way, or in the abstract a little bit, and like they really emphasized the fact that John is like an expert chess player early on, and is like as a kid, like when they were moving around jungles and stuff, different like fucking military groups that they were spending time with would military leaders would play chess with John, and he would beat all of them, even as a little kid, at chess.
Sure.
And then they make this cool point that the AI that Skynet evolves from in the future, because they blew up Cyberdyne and stuff, is a chess playing computer AI.
Okay.
That's like a cool, that's a very cool dichotomy.
Yeah, and you do have the real life thing where AI is naturally very good at chess. So, if you have someone who can beat even a modern AI at chess, that's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, so like those are the cool, like, kind of abstract ways in which they kind of portray the future.
That show is very good. It is easily the other best thing to come from the franchise after those first two films.
That's part of the reason why Terminator Defiance has me interested as a video game, because part of its story,
It's a different one.
is
more friendlies.
there are like
They're
Legion
wounded,
is
bad.
based on Dark Fate, so
Reese,
it's old school
we can't
Terminator,
leave
so
them
it's not
behind.
Skynet. Legion doesn't have complete control of the planet. There are other human factions
Rivers,
that it
we have to
focuses
figure
on
this
turning against each other
Oh,
because its power is limited, right?
Yeah.
And so you actually do have that sort of concession to the idea that like it can't
So
do
this is what we're
anything,
gonna
which is why humans
Me and
can't
Farrell are
fight it.
staying here to make sure that these people are.
Well,
That's somebody actually thinking about how that would work too.
And report when you find the stage.
This is like an RTS
Running around
game.
like that is getting us nowhere. Understood?
Yeah, well, and the show thinks about how,
Evans, turn that car around. We got more wounded here.
well, if the machines could kind of have a better grasp on human thinking,
right.
I don't know what to do.
they would probably understand
We'll
that
get them out.
one of the better strategies against the humans would be to shake their faith in John
I'm all
Connor.
right.
Yes.
Right.
Because it's a lot of their devotion
We're gonna
and
be
so
all right.
belief in John Connor that drives the human race forward in
Right.
the future. And, it's the Skynet isn't necessarily doing that in the future segments in the show, but you do see some humans losing faith in John Connor a little bit.
Right.
And that usually leads to some kind of...
That would be pretty smart on Skynet's part, if it was using psychological warfare against humanity.
Yeah, but only the T-1000s are ever shown to... There's only
Yeah,
one
that's
T-1000 that's featured
Oh,
in the
cool.
character.
We got that rocket launcher from near the end of the main game.
The totals were close to the end.
Yeah, we're definitely close to the end.
Yeah, I think only one or two T-1000s are featured as characters in the Sarah Connor show. And they have a more sophisticated understanding of things.
Right.
Um,
So that's where they're like truly independent thinkers, right? Like
T-1000s evolve faster than any other machine
Right.
or wood. Like they have some basic kind of protocol that stops them from kind of from self-learning, sort of.
Mhm.
But humans, usually the first thing they do when they grab a Terminator is they'll just like turn that off.
Yeah.
So that Terminators will start self-learning faster, and pretty much the faster they do that, the sooner they kind of side with the humans in most cases.
Yeah, see, that's an interesting concept to play with.
Yeah. But because the Skynet doesn't let Terminators evolve, they also don't pose that much of a threat to humanity, ultimately.
That's the kind of thing that makes sense, because, like, not only does it kind of fit the world, but it's also just a really good metaphor to incorporate in the story.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
And then the show brings up other stuff like some resistance soldiers. That's not good. Some resistance soldiers, they defect.
To Skynet?
No, they defect from the future to the past.
Oh, okay.
They'll use the time travel because going to the past before Judgment Day is like going to a tropical paradise.
Yeah.
It's like all this fruitful land, and you can just get food and all this shit whenever you want. So a lot of soldiers.
It's kind of that future immigrant episode of South Park.
A little bit, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
That might be one of the best ones they've done.
That'd probably go on like a list of best episodes.
But that's a sci-fi premise I've thought of before too, as a story, which is like the Earth becoming so overpopulated in the future that they invent time travel, but they really just use it as a means for a place for people to go, into the past,
right?
And just kind of see how that affects different eras of history and shit.
Yeah, no, that's a fun one.
Oh god, what the fuck? What?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. Oh my god, I hate you all.
Yeah, I think one of them walked up behind you.
That's a stupid piece of shit.
How dare they use actual tactics and strategy?
Fuck them. They shouldn't do that.
And that show did a good job of sometimes making the viewer themselves question John Connor's kind of motives and how his psychology is forming, because mostly in the show you see him as a teenager still.
Yeah.
So we're kind of seeing him form as a person before our eyes. And there's that female Terminator, Cameron, played by Summer Glau in the show. And she spends a lot of time with John as like his kind of loyal kind of bodyguard. And even his mom, Sarah Connor, will kind of question, like, you're getting a little too close to that machine, don't you think? And it kind of makes you wonder if the John Connor of the future really has more kind of fondness for the machines than you would think you would,
Yeah, that's a really cool, interesting idea.
Yeah, and that plays into some of the future segments where we don't really see John of the future, but some of the soldiers that are losing faith in him are like he's enlisting a lot more Terminators lately.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of, it seems like he's relying on them more than us, and he uses Terminators even to like patrol human camps for their safety, even though sometimes Terminators have a malfunction and they'll gun down humans. But John ostensibly is just like, no, we're still going to use machines. That's a huge advantage for us.
Right. Yeah, no, that's the sort of thing that just seems like smart writing. Where you create this thing that's like, you can't immediately tell whether this is something that's necessarily good or bad, but it creates a problem in the world.
Yeah.
That's like a legitimately really good show.
Yeah, I liked it. And the season, I'm trying to remember, I think it's just 2 seasons, season 2 finale. ends on a really interesting note of John being jumped into the future, the John that we've been seeing the whole time.
Yeah.
Still at like an 18-ish.
18, 19, whatever.
Yeah.
And this whole time we assumed that, you know, by the time we saw John Connor in the future, he would be this fully formed, like, perfect soldier guy.
Yeah.
But being sent to the future is part of John's development into that soldier, you know.
Yeah, like it seems like, oh, maybe even the John in the future was even this younger version than we realized. Like, yeah, like that show really does do a lot of interesting things.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it wants me to find right here. Where is the hurt civilian? Like, am I just totally blind? Like, I don't even. I turn my flashlight on, everything. I don't.
I haven't seen anything of this. But I haven't seen Robot.
I literally just don't even see them on the ground. Like, according to this, that's what we're looking for, though. So, like,
You need to get to the
There you go.
evac.
oh Christ!
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, go fuck yourselves. I can't believe that last mission wasn't the end.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot more coverage. Maybe we'll have to be here next week.
I'm determined to finish this today, even if we go slightly over time.
Yeah, we can do that. Is it just me?
Oh shit! Ah shit! Fuck you.
You kill this guy. Look at that drop pod again. It kind of reminds me of the drop pods from if you remember the Combine. They had those little bioships that would float in with little pods that looked almost exactly like that.
Oh, that's true. That does look like Fitz.
I mean, and maybe Terminator did it first in the movies or something, and then
Yeah.
2 did it
Evans,
after
new
that.
plan. We have to change location. We need to lose that tank. Copy.
Oh, I
I'll
forgot there
intercept
was
you
a
from the
tank.
other side.
Everyone, let's get moving.
Let's deal with the person here first that you want me to deal with.
There
I
it
thought
is.
it was.
Well,
Reese,
there one
you
is.
got the visual of the stadium.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a broken wall, dude. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. There, yeah. Where's what?
Well, it's something now,
That used to be a stadium.
I guess. It could maybe look a little more like a stadium for landmark purposes. I mean, I understand it's realistic; it would look like rubble, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just make things like, I don't know, able to be pointed
Can't
out.
get close,
in the-
Sergeant. That HK tank is in the way. We're waiting orders. We need to take it down. There's no other way. Wait for my signal. Yes, sir. Farrell, make sure those people
Oh,
stay
shit.
put. Are the can grenades ready?
Fucking goddamn,
Getting
it's
them
kind of
now.
these things.
Wow,
All
it's
right,
just,
we're
yeah.
taking that HK down. Me and Farrell are going.
One thing I
north.
thought that was cool also about that fucking Defiance game that I thought was interesting is a lot of it is, since it's relatively early in the robot war, there's
Yeah.
still a lot of like human military tech around.
So they have a lot more like firepower.
Yeah, but also it's sort of a thing where it's like an actual mechanic where you upgrade your tech over time to incorporate
That's
Terminator stuff
Oh,
into
okay.
like, more modern military type stuff.
That's cool. I like that a lot. That's the kind of thing that really feels like. Yeah, like dude. Ah, fucking hell!
I like that none of these things can figure out to like
Lower themselves
Yeah.
very, very briefly and slowly. Oh, that one got wise.
Yeah, it's the only one that did.
Open up, you goddamn piece of shit. Fuck you.
There you go. I think that's all.
Assholes.
Sage just missing.
Oh yeah. Spiders in his butt. Bob's in his
Ah.
butts.
What? God damn it.
Do you think that'd be good instead of toys for tots, bots for butts? You know?
Bots for butts.
Yeah. Spider bots for butts.
Somebody's asking.
The spider has got to be in parentheses there.
Yeah. There is a game called Spider-Bot.
Oh, do you know that, Sam?
I did not know that.
Do you really want to play that next week? Or
No. No, I'm good.
He wants to play Spider-Thought.
oh, Oh, that's a good one. Thoughts for thoughts. I know that's.
Oh no.
Thoughts for me would be.
This is like an exit.
Probably. Or at least they'll get you to
Trigger the next thing.
Yeah.
I see.
Zombies?
Or survivors, I guess.
Yeah, they're bombing.
No, Pharaoh!
Oh no.
Evans,
Anyway.
Reese,
That
pin
person.
down.
Oh. Was that Col- Oh, was that Colby Smalley?
Yeah, I think so.
I only knew it from Howard.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there's that car that they showed off a long time ago.
Do we get to fucking drive it?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch somebody else drive.
Yeah, you get to watch someone else have fun. Oh, get it? This is like that scene in Terminator 2.
Is it?
Yeah, remember there was the dudes in the car, and they threw a bomb in a tank, and it blew up, and that's the aircraft following them.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Is that
See?
Flashback?
I knew I was just talking complete gibberish.
Oh, he crashed it instantly.
Yeah, he did. He did. See, if they had let us drive it, this wouldn't have happened.
Help me out!
Oh shit, that was Kyle Reese was in there too.
Well, he's fine. Mild, but
That's gotta be around for the first movie.
exactly. This game wouldn't go outside.
Pharaoh's
He's got
dead.
block.
I know.
Well, with all the time travel
Mayor,
and the changing of
Genesis
events,
killed
What do
him.
we do now?
Or which one killed Lockout? Oh, maybe not.
Genesis, he wasn't even in Genesis, was he?
Genesis is the one where John Connor, I think, turned evil because
Yeah, he was the
infected
villain.
with nanites or something.
This one was.
In Rivers.
Kyle Reese is in one of them, played by Jai Courtney.
Is he?
Oh no, he is in
Taking us
Genesis,
that
but
way.
he's the one that shows up and then gets saved.
Yeah.
By
that?
Sarah Connor.
By Sarah Connor. He's like sleeping with her dad or something.
Wait, what? I don't remember that
Too
part.
many.
I don't.
They do like a very particular father-daughter relationship with her and Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator in that movie, and then in the very next movie they bring back the original actress of Sarah Connor, and
Yeah.
her she's old, and then she's living with Terminator and fucking it in like a cabin. So there's like a
Wait,
real
she was
weird,
fucking
creepy.
it? I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's like a creepy Terminator incest thing going on in Dark Fate.
Oh.
How
Didn't that Terminator also successfully kill her son?
Yeah, she fucked that one specifically.
That's odd. Also, hold on a minute.
What?
Does that mean that Skynet, in its infinite wisdom,
Right.
was sitting there going, I'm going to give these Terminators fully functional penises?
Yes.
All right.
Well, they have to be believable from down under. You know?
Yeah. This guy that was sitting there thinking about the logistics of how its Terminator's going to be fucking.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, I guess maybe that means the one from T3 was fully functional as well.
I
And it was?
breast enlargement. Breast-
I really would give Terminator 3 a whole
It's
other
clear.
point if
Let's
they
go.
kept that deleted scene in the
Yeah.
keep
I
your
like
eyes
that
open.
deleted scene.
It's me.
HK flying by.
I'm
That-
Colonel Kid.
because that's what Arnold would say if he had a southern accent.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, absolutely.
I actually I would watch a whole movie if it was just Southern Arnold.
Yeah. Fucking absolutely, dude. Why not?
This is it.
Please tell me we're sending you in the time machine and the game's over.
Probably.
T-47, I've got a visual.
There's
I
enough
don't-
room to sneak
oh,
past
okay.
them. Careful.
Oh, damn, that's a lot of them.
There's a lot- See, like, this is almost more of the stealth sequence I was saying earlier that
Yeah.
I'd be okay with. It's, like, very kind of story-guided. It gives you, like, a impression of, like, what you're kind of dealing with in terms of, like, a visual firefight.
The idea of it
Yeah.
is tense.
Yeah, like, that's, like, I wish more... Like, if you're going to do stealth, do it more like this.
Plus, I think this is also like a better world building thing. It's like, yeah, look at this shit. You gonna fight this? So, man,
Exactly.
fuck.
Exactly.
Clear.
Which then would,
Follow
give
me.
you some sort of tension going into the
Yeah.
rest of the game.
All right.
That should have been, like,
Now how do we get inside?
early on.
Mhm.
There's a terminal. I'll
So
get the gate.
terminal.
Yeah, his voice
Set
actors.
calories.
His voice
Got it.
actors are really
The
good.
gate's open. Let's move.
I mean, this isn't the worst voice actor.
No, it's not like I
It's
mean
just not
attacked.
particularly inspired.
it's far from the worst, but yeah, it's not very good either.
Open fire.
I'm just surprised the character models aren't more accurate. So like, why?
The movie.
Why could we? Why wouldn't?
Which is funny because
Maybe
in the RoboCop game, everybody looks like they do
Yeah.
in the movie.
That is
Very,
surprising.
very accurate.
I almost wonder if like maybe it was harder to get the rights for characters.
It might be just
I don't
that they just didn't have the rights to the
Whereas, I mean,
actors.
RoboCop, like, who's giving a fuck about RoboCop, like, before that game came out for, like, the past 20 years?
Well,
Nobody.
yeah. I mean, it's never had a good sequel except for that game now, finally.
And Terminator also has never had a good sequel, but they keep trying.
Well, I mean, it had one good sequel.
I mean, besides two.
Right.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
been a very long time, for sure.
I mean, Arnold is probably like he has to probably give very specific permission to use his likeness
Totally.
and stuff.
Sure.
We'll
But I
find
feel
him,
like
Rivers.
using the likeness
First,
of
we need to
Michael
open those
Biehn
gates.
wouldn't be that hard.
God, no.
You would think
That
so.
can't. There's no way.
It can't be.
You've got to help us.
You're gonna be all right. We'll get you out of here. That's the main computer. On it.
Look, yeah. Do I think that is?
Shit, I can only disable all the laser grid.
I'll play some Hardcore Frogger.
Barriers are down.
Oh, no Frogger this time.
What?
Let's find him. Let's
Wow,
find
you
your
have
father,
to do it?
Rivers.
That's a betrayal of the
What was
game,
that?
I know, all right?
Centurion!
It's okay.
Sage. You're missing it, dude.
Oh, there you go. Oh, shit, it's a spider!
Cover.
Oh, fuck
The
off!
ultimate
Fuck off!
Whoa!
Amazing.
Shit, Sage.
Oh, shit, you like them Roman spiders, huh?
You like when they big,
Fuck off.
you do.
Sage is like,
Fuck
one of
off.
those legs go all the way up my ass.
Yeah. Damn. I didn't know you liked it thick like that. Sage. Damn.
Fuck off.
Big spiders, man.
Big thighs save lives, and that one's got 8 of them.
God.
Can't believe you fucked that.
That's why you were letting it step on you. That's
Oh.
somebody too.
Is that like when
Well, this
ladies?
is the first time we're seeing this.
No, it's not. We saw it before. Remember, he kept stepping on you when you were in that room.
I don't know.
Well, like you know how
We
ladies.
can rewind the stream, man. Remember, he
Yeah.
kept dying in that one room, and he thought he didn't know why, but the spider was stepping on you. And you were like, "Well, if only it wouldn't step on my balls so hard."
That's where he was going with that. Yeah, because you know how ladies step on balls in privates with like high heels and like.
Yeah, you like the spiders with like stiletto heels. You know? I guess they wouldn't need stiletto heels because their leg is just sort of a stiletto, right?
Right. Yeah, I think he might like when they dress up a little bit.
Oh, you like a spider that is a little classy. It's got like that red dress on, you
I can
know.
only disable all
Classy,
the
not
laser
sassy.
Do it.
Can't spell class without ass.
Barriers are down.
Now let's find him.
All
Let's
right,
find your father, Rivers.
What's up?
I'm just gonna say
What's that?
Sage was like anticipating
Centurion!
a big reveal moment.
Oh
again
yeah,
with the-
he let the spider get him first.
Oh,
Get into
dude.
cover. We're boxed in. We need
Sage
to
is like,
destroy that
those legs
fucking
go all the way up.
That's gotta be like when that moment
All the way out.
when an exotic dancer steps onto the catwalk for the first time and Sage just gets an erection but gets inspired.
Yeah.
Take a photo of it.
Yeah, you should, man. You
The
can save it
last
for
one.
later.
No, I'm good.
Not good.
Yeah. I love that gives you that option.
I know. Gold. Don't worry, when Sage plays this game privately by himself, he's going to be taking a lot of
Yeah.
I'm glad we played those.
Yeah, me too. Are you glad ultimately we played this thing?
No.
I don't know, man. When it comes to spiders, I feel like Gnomes, yes.
Also, when we're talking about Alex, no means yes, too.
That's very true.
Gnome always means yes.
Oh,
Fuck.
shit.
Okay, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to avoid that.
2020. What was
They were? Oh, yeah. It's 202 something.
Yeah.
It's probably the prison camp designation.
Or is it just the year this takes place in?
That's what I thought.
Prison camp 202.
Well, no, because
Oh.
the number's way down there. If it was the prison camp, then it would be closer to the name. I think this place is supposed to take place in 2020.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm actually curious. What year does the Future War take
That's
place
what I
in?
asked one time.
Because if John Connor's like a kid in T2, right? And that's supposed to be like
Yeah.
the 90s, right?
Yes.
And we have to assume he can't be older than like 30 in like the Future War, right?
Well, the one time they show a guy that's, him in the
Barriers are
first
down.
Terminator,
Uh-huh.
he looks like he could be in
Find your
his
father, Rivers.
40s or something.
Okay, let's say 40.
Set.
Yeah.
But that's
Centurion!
still like, if we assume he's like, how old is he in T2? 10?
No, he's
Get
like
into cover.
13, maybe 15.
Okay.
We're boxed in.
So,
We need to destroy that fucking
25 years
Well,
from 92.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's around the time of
The
2020.
resistance.
Yeah.
Alright. Huh. Should I be glad or disappointed that all we got in 2020 was COVID?
Well, people always talk about AI, like, maybe going the Terminator route, so.
I mean, that could, well, I would assume that if AI does, it'll be smart as a fucking guy.
Let's hope at least. I'd like to at least be permanently nuked, the human race. Be one of those weird mutants in the future.
Well, you could be like the cool thing.
Like the X-Men.
Yeah, you could have two dicks.
That's like literally only one of them. That's two dicks.
Well, we don't know that. Maybe some of the other ones. Maybe they all have two dicks.
The one that expressed...
They definitely don't all have to.
Yeah, no, that's very...
It's not a universal thing.
Yeah.
Well, maybe some of them have three dicks. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
I have to run when he does that, otherwise you just instantly get cooked by these fucking missiles getting in
It's
your
like
face.
fire, though.
Yeah, you can get cooked in it.
Oh, you can't just sit there and let him hit you, man.
You could get your goose cooked by some spiders.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright, you can't let the spider get you. You got it. Right.
Yeah.
See, now he's doing it again.
Could be a sheep.
That's good.
Oh, whatever.
Don't misjudge with that spider.
They say,
I don't give a
yeah,
fuck.
the gender of that spider is very important to you.
It is not important to me.
We know that's a lie. Or are you saying that you swing both ways for spider? Are you gonna play both? That's spider.
That's true. Does that have gliders?
It does.
Oh my god.
Eh?
That's why I say it's like with them sort of refining.
Oh, okay. Oh, that.
Well, you play D&D. Aren't there spider ladies and that?
There are driders, but we kill them on sight.
Yeah,
As you should.
yeah. But if Sage was playing, he'd fuck them on sight. Isn't there like a seduce mechanic in those games?
We don't do that very
Well,
often.
Sage does.
Okay.
Hell, I do.
So, when spiders involved, yeah,
He's like a king of charisma in D&D. He's like a Riz master in that game.
but only for spiders.
He's right. He could seduce the hell out of striders.
Ball of Rome? What?
What? Man, they do think about Rome every day.
Apparently.
Centurion.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
It's not over yet. Let's find your father, Rivers.
Yeah, the dude who could survive a nuke to the face. That's why Skynet doesn't use nukes.
Yeah.
This guy, they experimented on this
Have you
guy,
seen
and he was
Frank
immune to
Rivers?
them. So,
Yeah. Maybe when they were talking about the stadium,
Dad!
maybe Skynet's kind of rebuilt the Coliseum.
It's gonna be all right.
yeah, it just has human gladiator fights. That actually kind of awesome.
Maybe that's why they're keeping the humans alive. And then,
I can't see him.
That would make a lot more sense than any other explanation.
Keep looking.
Kyle Reese?
Oh,
Frank Rivers.
yeah. Is that the guy?
I wish it was Frank from Always Sunny.
It's me,
Supposed to be our dad.
Sergeant Kyle Reese.
He looks old enough for it.
He looks like a Walking
Got a
Dead
message
character.
for
He looks like he's Castaway or some shit.
Will, give it to Wilson.
Yeah.
I can trust
Dad.
Wilson.
I kept my promise.
Oh, that letter at the beginning in the flashback was for Kyle Reese. Oh my god.
I am.
I am Iron Man.
I am Spartacus.
Oh, and he just conveniently dies.
Oh, for good.
Those
That
were-
missile to the face finally got to him after 20 years.
That was the same way God described himself in the Old Testament. Was I am.
Did God also tank a missile to the face?
I probably.
He could. I mean,
That'd be a pretty hardcore version of the Bible.
Yeah. He got into an arm wrestling match with Jacob that one time.
Today
Did he?
wasn't the
Yeah.
final
No,
battle
that did
of this
happen.
war.
All right.
Instead, it was the battle that showed us the parts we needed to play.
Oh, shut. That doesn't even sound as good as the final like
Even if the
monologues
world
at the
my
end of the
father
Terminator
grew up
movie.
in is long gone, we still have plenty to fight for in this one.
Yeah, like
We just need to
ruins,
find
bonfires.
something that will keep us going.
As Skynet
Even if it's
rebuilds
as simple as
Rome, we
keeping
will
the
start to
front
inhabit.
Skynet's trying to rebuild the Roman Empire.
Sitting there in the Coliseum, be like, gladiators were so cool.
Rivers?
But whenever that fight does come, I think now we're ready to meet it.
Everything all right?
Link,
Just trying to collect my
come here, buddy.
thoughts.
Understandable.
Instead of listening to Kyle
Let's
Reese,
remember
just like
they're all
recording
working
this
with Baron. He's
badass
up on you over the next
well,
couple of days.
monologue or whatever.
You need a break.
Link,
Both do.
Thank you.
come here.
There's
Gone.
Link,
something I wanted to ask you.
Shoot.
Link.
For just like,
He's like, what? I'm sleeping.
What are you doing over there? Come on.
He's having a nap,
It's
probably.
a message. From John.
There you go.
This is what he wanted me to have.
Who?
Why?
that
It's
picture of Sarah Connor
I don't
from the
know.
first movie.
Maybe
jarring
sometimes
because it's
I
so
need to
realistic,
find-
because it's an actual photo.
Yeah, that's
If Sarah Connor looks exactly like that, why doesn't Kyle Reese look like Michael Bean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great question.
That's a
actually.
very good question.
That doesn't make any sense.
Kyle Reese is sitting there going, finally, something to beat my meat to.
That is how he sounded in the first Terminator. He's like,
Okay,
all
we
I've
did it.
had of women is this picture for the last 10 years. Like, he was pretty gooned up about it, bricked up.
Apparently, yeah.
He's gooned up as fuck. Okay, we
I
did
love
it.
that that's what we're ending the game with. Oh, we keep it classy around
Yeah,
here.
Oh, hell yeah,
spank bank material. This is going right in the bank.
Well, there we go. We did it.
Yeah, you don't have to
We're
play
done.
that game anymore.
Nope,
I bet
we're
you're
done.
relieved. You'll miss the
I'm
spider.
ready to be done.
You'll miss the spider.
I won't.
Look, at least he gave you one big spider to finish to.
Yeah.
No, I could have gone with how bad.
Hey man, you did finish to that spider. Though. The credits are rolling right now because that's how hard you finished.
Like, what if that Centurion had, like, twerked for you?
Yeah, man.
I don't want it.
You like twerking spider
don't want it.
centurions?
It's big robo butt.
No, I'm good. Now, afternoon tune, if you have any suggestion on someone we can raid or anybody in there does, feel free to suggest it. If I don't see something within a minute, I'll just end.
But I do want to say that was one of the weaker ending monologues I've heard for a Terminator thing. Was the one they gave.
I already don't remember it.
It was just like
Something, something.
it was just like
future.
it was like so generic.
Something dark side.
It was like as generic as like now we have a reason to fight. Like that was
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that
you
was
did it
kind of-
before.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess your survival wasn't good enough. You're like, yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
that
lie
wasn't a
down and
reason.
die.
Yeah. Whereas like if Sarah Connor, she gives the monologue.
Oh,
at
it's
the,
great,
at
yeah.
the end of both movies, the first two movies, I
Yeah.
think. And they're both about fate and time and all this deep shit.
Yeah.
And then this is like, yeah, now we know what we're fighting for. It's like what?
We're fighting for a picture of a woman from the 80s.